Oh boy, it's early. Good morning, everybody. How we doing today? YouTube is live. We're live. Nika, congratulations on first. Ashmanta, congratulations on last. What's up, Mitch? What's up, Callie? Good morning, everybody. Readies are being requested. We've got Braxis Holdout to kick things off. Don't mind me just yawning. I gotta push buttons, dang it. Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. How we all doing today? Let's get going into our first best of three. We have 6 best of threes for all of you. It is 5 in the morning for me. The sun is not even out. The sun hasn't even started coming out yet. And I'm sure my neighbors will love hearing me yell about here's a storm at 5 in the morning. Good morning, though, everybody. Good to see you all. On the left-hand side is 52 FPS. On the right is Mac trackers, according to Google Translate. So we'll just go with that. This is going to be Braxis Holdout for map number 1. So we'll have map choice coming up from 52 FPS. And Mac trackers will be getting first pick, and then we'll be swapping. Let me grab... I have a cheat sheet of the maps and everything ahead of time. I just need to open that up because I am totally prepared as a professional streamer. There we go. So yeah, it is... we've got... Wait. It says map 1 should be Battlefield of Eternity. Whatever. So, we're going to be getting into Braxis Holdout. We've got a Garrosh band on the left, a Genji band on the right. Now, this tournament has a unique draft style in that heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps. We've seen this with the Fearless, the Meta Madness style of draft, but now we also have a separate sort of ban section as well in the bans. Heroes that are banned away can only be banned once per series. So that means that Johanna, Genji, Garrosh can no longer be banned in the series, but they can still be played. That's the interesting thing. Now, of course, if you get a first pick Blaze, Blaze can no longer be played in the rest of the series, and there's no point in banning him because he's not playable. So that is that factor as well. But it's a pretty cool draft style. So Alarak can no longer be played for the remainder of this best of 3, but Chromie could get picked in map 2 or 3, as we're going to get a first pick Alarak for Mac trackers. This is 52 FPS with what? I do see, sorry, I was looking at names. I do see Roby Kenobi, and I believe they do play a really good Medivh, if memory serves me correct. I've only been awake for about an hour, so I'm doing my best to wake up for all of you as quickly as possible. But ETC Ariel on the left side with the Alarak against the Alarak for Mac trackers. So like, what do you want to play in with the Alarak? What kind of draft style do you want to go with? Is it dive? Are you going to lean into a little bit more control? I was thinking like maybe we could see Muradin to follow up the telekinesis with a Stormbolt. You got Thunderclap as well, which is a great way to get a slow and then possibly get more stacks on your level 1 or your baseline for Muradin. But it will be a Nubrak with Anduin. Burrow plus Light Bomb. You got Impale. You have Deadly Charge plus Light Bomb is what I'm really thinking we're going to be seeing. Ban, probably something in the solo lane here. Kira, kind of an all-arounder. She does definitely work in the solo lane. Some people have actually said that Kira is a great counter into Rexar and Misha, and with her Fatal Wounds being baseline at this point, I wouldn't want to go up against her with a Rexar Misha because you're just giving tons of free stacks over to her in the 1v1. But with the ETC Ariel, ETC could, in theory, be solo lane. They could be angling for a Cho'Gall, but I don't think so. I think they're going to look for like a Ghoul Dan or something here. They're probably conveying what the ban is in the actual draft chat. We can't see that. It could be a Gul'dan. I definitely think that it would slot in super good with 52 FPS already. You've got Power Slide Lockdown, Fell Flames coming out from Gul'dan, Corruption as well on these points. His Wave Clear is absolutely on point, and his Zerg Clear is extremely strong as well. So we'll see what we end up getting here.
I stand ready.
We do have a Vala, sustained damage not too bad, and Zarya. So it's a hyper carry Vala. The members of 52 FPS are kind of angling that they're going to be winning the overall objective phase. They won't need to focus too much on clear. We're good. We're good. We went to bed early and we're awake early, so we'll do our best to carry our energy forward today. But doing all right. Thanks for asking, Mitch. Hopefully you're well too.
From order, I bring pandemonium.
Chen for the solo lane is solid. Tassadar wave clear is good. You got Force Wall as well to kind of block people from retreating or even block them from advancing forward. Last pick needs to be a solo lane into the Chen. Urel is up and available unless she was banned. She's not too bad. Rexar and Misha into Chen isn't too awful either. Leoric isn't a bad consideration. Yo, it's up Zeus. I love the Stabby Daddy into the Chen. Just Chen drinks, Imperious stabs. Pretty good draft from both teams. Get your gambles in. We got odds, but let's see how the prediction will unfold as we get into map number 1 of our first best of 3 of the day. Thank you all for joining me here at 5 in the morning. $5 a.m. is a perfect time to wake up. I've been up since 3:30. It is 5 a.m. right now. We have a pause at the start for a reason. We don't know. Left-hand side, though, will be 52 FPS with your Vala, Zarya, Ariel, ETC, Imperious. Looks like, I'm assuming that's 1 minute. Mac trackers will be having the Indubarak, Tassadar, Chen, Anduin, and Alarak. Excuse me. What's up, Moody? How you doing, bud? What are you yelling about? Why are you whatting me? That was a classic CCL emote. You've been up since 7 a.m. Eastern yesterday? Why do this to yourself? Thank you, Nika. Appreciate it. We've been mostly just sticking with character names for ease. Trying to figure out some of the pronunciations and stuff have been a bit difficult, but, you know, some of them, like, we know, like Roby Kenobi. Anyways, let's talk about what can happen here as we're waiting for this really quick pause to happen. So, we have a sustained hypercarry composition on the left-hand side for 52 FPS with the hypercarry Vala. Twitch Gamble, is it perfectly balanced? Man, all things should be. Readies are coming out. So hypercarry composition, the core 4 is really, really strong here. You've got the Tamed Strikes, Power Slides, Face Melt, Rain of Vengeance potentially for the Vala as well, Graviton Surge or Expulsion Zone, typically Expulsion Zone with Zarya. On the opposing side, though, you have some really good dive. You've got your Nubarak having Burrow into Impale, Telekinesis for the Alarak as well for more control, Chastise to lock people down, Tassadar. We'll see what he goes into at level 1, but his damage overall isn't awful. He's not super high in burst. Maybe if we get Static Charge level 1, we'll see a potential Thermal Lance 16 for that percent base damage, but right now we got Demolitions Expert, Creed of the Hunter, Searing Light.
5.
You got your block party and Burn the Impure. We are going to see Static Charge level 1, so Tassadar will be building up his shock ray damage. You also got Power Word Shield, and Nerubian Armor, Overwhelming Power for the Alarak, and Accumulating Flame on the Chen. Oh, be sure to take care of yourself, though, Zeus. You know, so giving yourself a spa day isn't always bad. Alright, bottom engagement starts out a little. Shock Ray goes into the Zarya, and she'll be able to activate Barrier and build up some energy. Minion wave already cleared out, and it does appear that Mac Trackers will be playing it slow and safe. Chen drinks up brew in top lane. Imperius just gonna... Wow, that was a really nice Celestial Charge. I thought Chen was gonna fly and kick through before the animation hit. We do have Hellbats being grabbed on both sides. Is there an invade onto this Bruiser camp? There is indeed.
Beacons are energizing. You have to control them.
So we know this is happening just at the edge of vision. Anubrak's gonna discover it as well. Particle grenades are going out. Bruiser camp still being contested. Imperius is on his way. Anubrak misses the burrow. The Celestial Charge won't find a target. We do have a power slide from ETC landing into the Alarak. He will be left to safety. As a flying kick onto Vala will zone her back. She does get soaked in brew, but no ignite from the flame breath.
The beacons have activated. Control them.
Beacons have activated. Alarak using telekinesis to try and pull some of these bruiser units into the tower shots of the Forta bottom lane. We do have, by the way, Zergwave in the bottom lane for our blue team of 52 FPS. They don't have any charge, but they've just taken down the entire fort gate. Not a bad start for 52 FPS. Chen in top lane is putting some pressure onto Imperius. Doesn't seem like Imperius is too threatened. His mana bar is damaged, or low, but his health bar completely fine. More particle grenades fly out from Zarya, building up more Demolitions Expert stacks. She needs 40. So Tassadar, Resonance Beam is going out. We do have Vala almost able to take down an Ubrak. No Death Dealer level 4 for the Vault, and that might have honestly been enough if she had it. We do get that level 4, and there is the Death Dealer. Imperius back in top lane, mostly focusing onto the wave, getting a small amount of damage and pressure into the Chen. Once again, he goes for a bit of brew, and Imperius stabs. Back to bottom lane, Smell from ETC, pushing people back. The Shock Rays from Tassadar flying in. This is gonna be an Anubarak able to back away. Zarya with a big bar of energy, but she'll need to also disengage as her health bar is low. What's up, Freaky? Good morning, bud. Happy Sunday, everybody. 6 best of 3s for all of you. We're up early and we got a long day, but Imperius Celestial Charge? Solarian Flare? Nada. Zerg is still being built up for at 52 FPS. Alarak is going to start hearthing, interrupted, telekinesis, Discord Strike. ETC is able to power slide around the force wall of Tassadar and will not be taken down. So there is still a Zerg wave coming in through top lane. Even if you get 0% charge, you get an Ultralisk and a handful of Lings. Ultralisks do have the Bile Drop summoning, so they can amplify Siege. Imperius with a Solarian Flare. He has no Celestial Charge into the Chen. Molten Armor's activated. We do have that press forward level 4 Solarian Flare goes out, but Chen will drink up the brew and mitigate the damage over time as Vala's on her first 50th stack, and we do have a multi-shot to take out Tassadar. Silence into ETC. Chastise. Piercing Light gets no stack, actually. Power slide in from ETC onto the Anubrak. Telekinesis is the answer. ETC gets a barrier, but it's immediately destroyed from all the incoming damage. And ETC will be taken down, biting off a little more than he can chew. Red Burrow, Detainment Strike pushes them back. Red team might struggle with damage. No, not really. Tassadar more on like sustained damage. as a mage. He does have a little bit of burst, but you do have the Alarak as well, and Alarak does have that control and burst available, so damage-wise, not so much. It's more so execution of the dive and the abilities, because it is, you know, telekinesis, maneuvering people. You've got a root from Anduin as well. You've got Force Wall from Tassadar, which can throw things off. You also have a Nubrak Burrow and Impale. There's a lot of great CC. It's just landing those things into the enemy. And ETC, there you can see, the layered damage and lockdown is going to be enough to be able to get some kills. Now, defensive measures for the side of 52 FPS are great. You have those Face Melts, Power Slide, Detainment Strike, Celestial Charge, Zarya Barriers, Vala with Vault for her own mobility. And then we get to level 10s, that's another menagerie of mobility and such. Wrath of Angiris can be one of those mobility tools. You do have displacement from Zarya with Expulsion Zone assumed. Rain of Vengeance assumed from the Vala. Nubrak Burrows, that's a shock ray onto this Imperius, but the camp will be stolen away once again, and we got 10 Talontiers coming in faster on the left-hand side. For 52 FPS, as they will put their core 4 in top lane. Looks like actually all 5 are in top lane to siege in and open up the fort gate. The next Zerg wave will be blue in the top, red in the bottom. Multi-shot. Going out, a little more sustained damage into the fort gate. Force Wall from Tassadar trying to lock Vala in or something, but she just continues to auto-attack in. This is Zarya a little bit low. The power set from ETC will create the space for Zarya to be able to activate a barrier and back off.
The beacons are active once again.
I don't think original TAS is a bad take. Not at all. I think it was unique and it had its own fun playstyle. I definitely think where he sits now is maybe a bit more thematic into like what he can do, but I think support task is still fun. Here's the Storm is the most unique and best MOBA ever made, so I love having those unique factors that we've always seen. Stage dive to follow up the Wrath of Angiris, and that is just going to be quadra kill in the top lane for the members of 52 FPS. Shen will go to channel bottom lane beacon. He will interrupt things for a little bit. Arya will be able to put a hoof on the point with her invisible horse, and this top lane fort will be taken down. I mean, I still think the specialist category was really, really cool. I think getting rid of it was a really good idea because people had this idea of I play a specialist, I don't team fight. So removing the specialist tag, I think, was smart for game's sake, but I still think specialist role was amazing. Graviton Surge goes out. The Expulsion Zone goes out. We did have Crystal Aegis as well. Vala takes down a Nubrak. The Archangel is still being attacked by Zarya and the Ariel. The Zerg wave is pushing in through top lane. Vala will be taken down by the Alarak. Losing one Kree to the Hunter stack, but we do have Zerg wave entering into the keep gate of top lane because bottom lane has taken more damage. As I mentioned in previous days of Borax's holdout, Archangel operates like Battlefield of Eternity Immortals. Telekinesis, but it's going to be answered by an ETC Power Slide Face Melt. The Wrath of Angiris misses the Desperate Prayer coming up from the Anduin Device Star coming out to heal up a little bit. Expulsion Zone blocking Anduin's retreat. Archangel is still full HP. You got 3 Guardians, and those Guardians can summon Bile Drops. You see one coming down on the backside of this keep. Celestial Charge connects into a Nubrak. The Light Bomb will answer right back, and Imperius and ETC gets stunned for a moment. ETC Power Slides in. Tassadar trying to back away. And this is 52 FPS. Good Celestial Charge. Stage dive in from ETC. Power Slide into Face Melt. And Nubrak falls to the Vala, who has re-entered the engagement. ETC trying to body block Alarak's disengage into the Hall of Storms. That's going to be a deadly charge into the enemy. The Crystal Aegis applied to the Zarya. Power sliding from ETC. Vala's on core. And a speed run of map number 1 in our first best of 3 of the day. 52 FPS. Playing at 100% speed. Or I guess 200% speed. You know what I mean. It's early. I'm trying. Oh. You know, sometimes Here's the Storm does do this. Sometimes this do be happening. Hope you didn't care about stats, because you got none. Ads are coming your way, all that good stuff. Subscribe, blah, blah, blah. This is, by the way, this is the window. It's right there. This is outside. There, you can actually see the sun trying to come out. I'm gonna turn off that camera for the time being, just because it looks bad. So there you go. Alright, so lobby link for those that may need it. We'll run those ads. Let's pay out the gamble. 52 FPS dominated map 1. Alright, so next map is, or the lobby has been created, so we'll just wait for players to get in here. We can close the Battle.net launcher. I see it a couple times a year. It probably just has to do with something with loading from cross-continent or something like that. Or I guess a continent away. I would assume it has something to do with me being West Coast USA and this Europe or whatever, so that's my best guess. I am not a game developer, I couldn't tell you. Because we've also had some draft, you know, if we've had some draft lobbies where literally a hero is getting picked and the previous hero is still on the screen. We actually had it like last week or the week before, during Toronto Conflict, I think it was, where there was like a Muradin picked, but it was still showing Malthael from the previous team. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes, you know, the sockets don't connect right. I don't know. I'm not a game developer. I went to school to draw lines. I went to school to draw lines and do egress. Stuff like that. And structural calculations and blah blah blah. God, I do not miss structures. That level of math and physics I don't care for. But we are going to be heading to Hanamura Temple, so we've got that coming up next. Player sides are correct. And first pick is correct as well. All right, let's lock in for map number 2. Now we just need readies for the other team. It'd be a desync issue because you're late to the game is fully ended and the stats don't exist in the server anymore. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I would assume something like that. That makes sense. You honestly could have just thrown a bunch of fancy game terminology at me. I would have been like, yep, that's definitely it. You could have talked about, you know, Skynet just unsocketed from Battle.net launcher. Okay, so this is all of Group B, by the way. And in theory, yeah, so Group B is the only group with 4 teams in it. Oh, okay, so they're just confirming what's been picked and stuff like that, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it when I was, like, actually playing the game. Alright, so there's something, they're just discussing, I think, what's been picked and banned already. I will say this, I had a struggle getting out of bed this morning. It was definitely one of those, first alarm went off and I was like, cool, I'm glad I set this 15 minutes earlier than I needed so I can snooze. And then the second alarm went off and I was like, I have to get out of bed, otherwise I will not be able to make it to stream on time. The push to get out of bed was a hard one this morning, but you know what? It's worth it. We're gonna have a great day of games, and then I'm going to enjoy my day and a half off. I don't know what I'm gonna be cooking though today. I still haven't figured that out. I did pull pork out of the freezer, but I don't think it will thaw in time. Could thaw it a little bit faster outside of the fridge, but I have no idea what's going on because I don't speak the language of this lobby, so they're talking about something. What it is, I don't know. But it did give us time for ads. Oh, we're going. Apparently, we were talking about how ready we were. We are going to be having 52 FPS on the left-hand side once again. We've got Mac trackers on the right. And Hanamura Temple will be map number 2. So, the 6 heroes that were banned last game cannot be banned, but they can be picked up again. They can be picked up, and the 10 heroes that were played are unavailable for this map. But Hanamura Temple, the real objective, even though I believe it was nerfed a little bit, is still that Sentinel camp. Getting the recon camps in the north and south section of the center of the map are great ways to bolster your experience and, of course, get vision around the map. And then you do have the cannons, which fire out. I believe if you do not weaken the gate or anything, if you get the first objective, on average, I believe it gets the entire fort gate in about 50% of the fort, maybe a little bit less. I think it's actually closer to like 60% remains. But Deathwing will be banned. Did you at least get some good sleep before that alarm? Before today? Yeah, I went to bed last night at 7:30. And then I woke up a couple times throughout the night, but I got like a good like 7 to 8 hours probably. So I'm doing all right. It's just getting the brain going today. Just it's still dark outside, which that's the hardest part for me. Once it starts being daylight outside, easy, no problem waking up. But it's just being in darkness with lights is not waking me up fast enough. But we do have a few bans coming through. This is going to be Deathwing Interior on the left side by 52 FPS banned away. Mal'Ganis will be removed by Mac trackers. What do they want to get rid of here? Is there anything else for Hanamura? I don't cast this map a lot, so I'm not super knowledgeable on some of the meta playstyles, but I don't think many of us are because I don't think this map is really often played much. Brightwing gets first picked, or first ban. Brightwing will be the second ban out from the side of Mac trackers. We do have Johanna first picked by 52 FPS. With the Johanna. So they have Condemn already into Punish, Bless Shield potentially.
I will fight to my last
So
breath.
good sort of run at them initiation. We'll have Rhaegar Muradin on the right side. Don't hate Rhaegar Muradin for Mac trackers. Stormbolt, you've got Slow, you got Totem, Colossal Totem, or sorry, Earthgrasp Totem at 16 for the extra slow. Did you have time to walk Bandit? No, it's still dark out. Literally. The sun doesn't rise for another half an hour about. First light is like around nowish, but no, I haven't walked him. We're gonna go for a big walk after stream. White Mane Zul Jin. Also, what's up, DK Nurse? How you doing today, bud? So the Zul Jin, it might just be another hyper carry composition. We could absolutely see 52 FPS just go into another hyper carry. I would not be opposed to a Medivh ban. As I said before, I'm pretty sure Roby Kenobi plays it. Unless they're just going to be going for the White Mane, which is very plausible as well. So solo lane and possibly some other mage is needed for the crew of 52 FPS. You've got Rhaegar Muradin. Some burst on top of that would be really nice. But it will be a solo lane ban. What's up, Ninja? How you doing today, bud? So Blaze has been removed for solo lane, but you still have so much available for solo lane. Oh, Leoric is up, Malthiel's up, Rexar Misha, Ragnaros.
The hunt is on.
Lunara Ragnaros. Okay, so you have damage over time, good wave clear. Oh, that is aggression. Okay. So it is going to be Li Ming.
Hear the call of the wild.
Now, is Ragnaros in the 4-man, or is he in the solo lane? Because I could definitely see them pick up another Bruiser. Ragnaros kind of blending between Melee Assassin and Bruiser, in my opinion. That might be the conversation. There is the availability of Kira. Kira into Rexar Misha is not bad. Unless they want to go for something like an Arthas into Rexar Misha. Oh, okay, so it is Ragnaros solo lane. I mean, really good aggression from Mac Trackers. They've got burst, they've got sustained damage, wave clear's good. Scaling overall isn't bad, but speaking of scaling, you've got Zul Jin with no blinds into him. You got Li Ming reset availability. It's a pretty good draft from both sides. Let's get into it. You're not awake? I don't know how you are, because I love Heroes of Storm and I love what I get to do for a living. And honestly, this is the truth. It's almost like I continue to showcase how great of a candidate I would be for Heroes of Stormcasting at BlizzCon. Crazy, right? I never hear this music. All right. Welcome into Hanamura Temple. On the left is 52 FPS in this best of 3 series, looking for the 2-0 with their Rexar, Whitemane, Zul'jin, Li Ming, Johanna, and Misha. Right side is Mac Trackers. You've got your Rhaegar, Muradin, Lunara, Ragnaros, and Greymane trying to take us to map number 3. We'll find out if they can do it. Boundless Stride. Sorry, that's the hippity hop for the Lunara. Boundless Stride, I think, is actually at level 20. You do have Wolfheart as well for the Greymane to increase his Worgen armor. Do have Dwarf Block Muradin, Colossal Totem, Flare for the Rexar. Also going to be seeing Pity the Frail, Recklessness, Aetherwalker, Zealous Glare, and no Shifting Meteor for the Ragnaros, going into your Engulfing Flame for the Blast Wave, as the elite camp is already being set up by the Greymane. Minion wave of bottom will be quickly grabbed, and it'll be immediate pickup of the recon camp as well. Alright, Rexar and Misha up against this Ragnaros in top. We do have some damage to be traded between Misha and the Fire Lord. Sentinel camp has been worked through quickly on the right side. We do have this being picked up by 52 FPS. I was just about to say, you need to respect the samurai swipe. And this Zul'jin did not. Sentinel horizontal slash 18 overkill on the auto attack. But in the top lane, can Misha, Rexar, and Johanna take down Ragnaros with a Zealous Glare? Absolutely. Stormbolt connecting on to Roby Kenobi. The Whitemane's trying to back away. The Zul'jin shows up. There's going to be a purge onto Roby Kenobi, but the damage, that is, I cannot believe it. That is such a prime example of Whitemane healing. The spray and the recall from Sally Thymane. The fact that she lived there is wild to me. Okay. Oh, sorry. Recon camp once again being contested. This is going to be going over to the side of 52 FPS. Some clemency onto the ally, and possible recon camp to be grabbed once again. Just checking sentinel camps. About a minute for both.
Payload deployment is about to begin.
If you're curious about camp experience, there you go really quickly. Looks like we have a DC on the Johanna. We'll see if we get a pause from the players. It looks like they're just gonna ping her. Okay, okay. Let's go ahead. We're gonna pull away everything, but we can stay in game. We can at least look at some of the level 4s and talk about some of the stats as well. Also, good to see all of you this morning. Thank you for coming by. Welcome to the stream. If you are lurking in the stream, be sure to drop a follow. We have follower mode on. It's just to get rid of the bots that come in and try and offer viewership stuff. So thanks for being here. Drop a follow if you're not. And we got 6 best of 3s. We're in the first one of the day. Looks like we got a little bit of a DC from the Johanna player. Speaking of Johanna, we also will be seeing the Hold Your Ground level 4. This is not picked up because of the bot or anything like that. Bots, I believe, have... It's like 5 minutes, if I remember correctly. There's like a certain time amount that has to pass when the person's DC'd before the bot will actually start taking talents. So this is going to be the Johanna player pick. No Subdue activation one in that Hold Your Ground. But we do have a... Unpause. Okay, we're all good. So back into the point that I was going to make really quickly, the mercenary camps that have been picked up rapidly by 52 FPS are going to be yielding quite a bit of experience. Right now, it's about a 2,000 experience advantage. We do have Greymane lunging into Zul'jin, but he's going to donate some axes back, and that'll be a kill into the Greymane picked up by Rexxar. Another recon camp to be grabbed back over to the side of 52 FPS. Is Misha and Rexxar pushing the go-kart into the top lane area. Not a lot of damage has been picked up into the keep, or the fort gate, sorry. Charge from Misha lands. Greymane's on his way up here as well. Sentinel camp on the right side might be invaded as I'm watching the minimap, but I think this is maybe just a flank. Oh, they're just going to steal this away. Greymane will discover the enemy. The fortification camp used on this as well. Murden rotating in. This is going to be a big old team fight to break out around the Sentinel. Horizontal swipe comes through. Greymane lunges in. The Johanna activates her Iron Skin. This is Murden on the point. Li Ming is here as well. It is a level 7 Calamity. Li Ming, she's trying to get a reset. Blinks away from the Greymane, but Lunara has the damage. This is Greymane to fall, and Zul'jin has hit his first 15th stack. Or has hit his first milestone, excuse me. Oh no, the swoop. I've seen this movie before! Swoop slow to 50%, duration of 3.5 seconds. Zul'jin has discovered a Dryad elsewhere on the map and will be able to take down Lunara. I think she was trying to hearth away. Sacred Crow respecting that horizontal swipe now after that happened. And we've got that first objective firing in. And as I said, you get the fort gate, you get about, the fort's going to be remaining around 60-ish%. Sentinel from top lane had been grabbed already. And what do we get for the remainder of the 7s? Let's see, Arcanite Axis Intercession, Sin's Exposed, Grounded Totem as well, Molten Ball, that's not right, Molten Power. As the horizontal slash comes through, the fort gate being opened up a bottom lane. Ragnaros on top being threatened by Rexxar and Misha a little bit, but we're going to jump back into bottom lane as the Sentinel gets another swipe into the minion wave. The Sentinel's cleared away. Top Sentinel, minute 8. Bottom Sentinel, minute 48. And we'll have 10 talent tiers coming up soon. 452 FPS. Rexxar in top lane might get taken down by Ragnaros. Does he have a meteor? Nah. No meatball to be summoned. No rotation from the allies to possibly take down Ragnaros, or... Nope, there won't be. I think they were going to, but there's now a pivot to invade this camp. Map control, kill lead, level lead, it's all there for 52 FPS. 2 levels, 5 kills. Bottom and top fort are taking some damage. The gates have been opened up. Beautiful Arcane Orb from Li Ming. And she'll be able to get the kill into Greymane. Getting a reset, blinking forward, looking for more. Rexxar unleashes the boars in the top lane. Flare goes out to keep providing vision. Swoop will get the kill. And make it 9-2, 7 kill advantage to the side of 52 FPS. As I think they're heading into another Sentinel Camp Steal. Dwarf toss in. That is a risky dwarf toss in. We do have the Scarlet Aegis from Whitemane activated. Armor and healing. Molten Core from Ragnaros is coming through. Li Ming is trying to get the kill into Shadow of Life, but cannot find the available damage to take down Lunara. Unleash the board. We do have Scarlet Aegis, Tostitos, Wave of Force, and Blessed Shield. Top fort goes down. Next go-kart comes up in 8 seconds. I don't know anything about a Whitemane bug, to be honest. The only thing that I've heard about is the whole Nazebo. If you have the stacks for Vile Infection 20, and then you take the talent, you don't get the value, but if you take the talent, then finish the stacks, you get the value. There's some weird Nazebo 20 bug thing. Rexar, Boars Unleashed. We do have Heroics on the right side with Bloodlust, Curse Bullet, Thornwood Vine, Sulfur's Smash, and I'm assuming Avatar for the Muradin, but he won't be able to take anything as he's just trying to back away. Bloodlust Rhaegar, huh? That is Avatar for the Muradin, as we expect. Alright, so this is going to be shots into Keep Gate of Bottom. Was that 3 shots for 1 tower? I believe it was. Sentinel in bottom with the Johanna trying to push things up a little bit faster. The remaining 3 shots make it onto the keep. It's going to be around 75% still. Ragnaros, though, taken down by the Johanna. Sentinel is still here. Minion Wave inspired. This could be a bottom lane keep taken down rapidly by 52 FPS. Alright, well, 27 stacks for Zul'jin baseline, nearing his 30 stacks for the Twin Revolve on the Arcanite Axis. Also won't be able to drop below that 30 stacks, but he has not died. He's died once, okay. But still talent to advantage, 3-level lead. And 52 FPS advance forward. Boars Unleashed by Rexar. Muradin will be taken down as Avatar unavailable or not activated. Rhaegar the next to go out of this engagement. Greymane, Curse Bullet, Dark Flight tries to get a kill, loses half his Wisdom Duelist stacks, actually reset to 0 apparently. Is this a call to go core? They're on the far side of the map. Yeah, they're gonna go for it.
Red team's
Core call from 52 FPS. They're gonna look to speed run the first best of 3 of the day. Misha charges in. Sulfur's Smash will fire out. Zul'jin, does he have Tostingo? He does, if he needs it. That'll be Muradin picked off. Ragnaros will pop Molten Core. Bloodlust from the Rhaegar as he is immediately picked off. Greymane looks to try and take down this Johanna, but it's Molten Core finding the last little bit of damage. Tostingo from the Zul'jin is active. He's just donating axes in. As Li Ming and Lunara will trade. And 42 remains on the core HP. Whitemane, is there enough damage from... Oh, Molten Core expired. That was funny. That was honestly very silly. And the next payload is available. If this is picked up by 52 FPS, I believe it would take down the keep. Oh, no, that is 1 tower still. But at least for a brief moment, it's even talent here. Still 14 kill difference. Sentinel for bottom is being grabbed. Johanna starts working on the recon camp. Wisp from Lunara around the objective area, but I believe it has global vision, doesn't it?
I move to you at once.
Oh, it does not actually. Recon camp, north side, being worked on. Boars unleashed by Rexar. We do have the camp not picked up, and that boar setup. Muradin did get Avatar. He looks so tidy still because of the subjugation from Whitemane with the shared punishment. So Fierce Smash will find a fourth stack, but Ragnaros then goes down. Lunar the next to be picked off. Rhaegar as well. We do have Greymane still alive, but this looks like Shahana will eat a few top lane keep shots. And now we have Core falling. Greymane will not be joining his friends in Finland, as the first best of 3 of the day will be a 2-0 in favor of 52 FPS here in Group B of the Light HoTS tournament. GG, well played. All right, well, we're going to get ready for the next best of 3. We got to run some ads. Now's a good time for you to utilize that Prime Gaming you've been saving. Support the channel, help us hit our sub goal. If you'd like to start a reoccurring Tier 1 sub, that does help us hit Partner or push up for Partner Plus. We do have a great jump scare monthly with the Tier 2 alert, and we have the best Tier 3 alert in all of Twitch, which does give 6 sub points, which really jumps up the Partner Plus goal faster. So every little bit is appreciated. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to run some ads and get ready for the next best of 3. All right. So 52 FPS gets the payout. Let's see. Is the sun out enough? It's honestly, it's not even close to this bright. It is still very dark outside, but there is lights, which is nice for my eyes. All right, so our next series is going to be Mac Trackers versus Uprising. Okay, so Mac Trackers will go to the left side, and Uprising will be on the right. I wonder what Uprising translates to. So let's see, yes. Alterac and Dragonshire will be the first 2 maps, then we don't know what the third is. Yeah. Yeah, you can see all the digital noise. You can see all the you can see like ISO 1000 on that. Yeah, the camera's just like, look, if I put it at like 2000 ISO, I can you can see the sky finally. But yeah. Yeah, it's still kind of looks like this for us. Let's see if this shows it. There you go. See, that's what it looks like out there for me. That's what it looks like. There you go. That's actually a really better representation. And all my lights in here. I did bribe Bandit with a big bit of egg for my breakfast today, so he got a big bribe. So hopefully that's enough to like satiate him till we're done streaming, but no, I probably in an hour or so he's gonna start getting fidgety, but I don't blame him. There'll probably be a point where I like during the start of one of the drafts, I will take him outside again just to see if he needs to go outside or anything like that, but he did his business already. It's just we didn't go for our mile-long walk that we typically do. But it looks like he's got nice and cozy. It is also early for him. He did technically wake up 3 hours before he normally has to wake up, so. Alrighty. So we're gonna get players in here, and then we'll get going into the next series. What do we have for our players? Does Uprising have a roster? I don't know any of those players, I believe. I don't think any of them look familiar. It is a all Russian team. At least with all the flags that I'm seeing for their next to the names. I know, right? Poor guy. Poor guy had to get up 3 hours early. His beauty rest was interrupted. he's snoozing good right now. He's snoozing good right now. He got cozy. Perfect. I'm happy for him. He's got a belly full of egg. Normally, he just gets, like... Normally, I do, like, sunny side up eggs, so I'll dip the toast into it, and then he just gets sort of the yolk crater. This time, I gave him a lot more egg white, and then I gave him a bit more yolk as well. Because I also did a... what are they called? Hash brown patty. So I had more calories already, so I was like, he can have more, too. All right. Well, we've got Alterac Pass for the next map of this series. And we're just going to get players into lobby and get going into the next map number, or the next best of 3. 5 more best of 3s, everybody. I mean, also, at the rate, if these all go at the rate they're going, we'll be done by 11 a.m. If every series is an hour long, we'll be done by 11 a.m. And then I guess I go and get breakfast, or I guess lunch. Alright, so we've got map setup. Yeah, that was pretty quick. I don't expect all of them to go that fast, but I feel like 52 FPS is a strong team in all of this. So we'll see how they do. And it looks like Mac Trackers play their first and their 3 best of 3s up immediately. And then we'll be getting back into 52 FPS. And what is this team name? What does this translate to? Sid-Ivan? Sidlev? Is that an L or an I? I think that's an L. Sidlove? I don't know what this... Whatever that is, chat. Unlike yesterday, dude, that 4% core was so good. That 4% core was really, really good. Any translators in chat? According to Google Translate, it says it's this. I have no idea how to say that. Sidlavan? Levan? Sullivan? I don't know. It's Serbian. Alright, we gotta get one more player into lobby, and then we're gonna be good to go for our next best of 3, everybody. Yeah, did you get cozy again, bud? Yeah. He also got his ear medication last night, so his ears are doing so much better lately. Yeah, but I believe it's L-V-A-N. Lavan? Or is it an I? Because there is that backwards N that's capitalized. So is it a capital I? Or is it an L? I just don't know. I mean, Sid Ivan's easy to say. But Oh, it is an I? It's a capital I, so it's Sid Ivan? Okay, that's easy. Thanks, Nika. Tier 3 sub. I told you, chat. It's the best. Tier 3 sub. told you it's amazing.
His name is now Larry.
All right, it is now Larry. Crush, thank you for the tier 3 for 70 months. First sub of the day. Thank you so very much, bud. Hey, first off, how was your vacation? Because I think you're back now, right? And number 2, when are you going for that wrestling match thing? Was it on Friday? Or are you going? No. Because you said it was like Ottawa or something. You have returned from communing with the forest. What did the forest tell you after many beers? There's nothing like sitting in front of a fire in a forest and having a drink. There's something just cathartic about it. Oh, I thought it was like this Monday or something. So the 24th, so the second to last Monday of the month. Okay, cool. Are you going to make a poster? Are you going to dress up? Or are you just going to go and have a good time? All right. We're just waiting on one more player to get into the lobby. And then we'll get going into our next best of 3, everybody. You're ready for retirement? Yes, at 36. I will gladly enter retirement, and my retirement will be casting Heroes of the Storm and streaming. You might make a poster. That sounds fun. Because, like, so, I don't know if you know this or not, but, like, at BlizzCon and esport events, they usually have, like, a poster-making station. Do they have that there, or do you have to bring your own stuff? Because I know at, like, BlizzCon and Here's the Dorm, they had, like, a spot where you could make posters, but it was there was, you know, a couple Sharpies and some poster board. I'm assuming, knowing WWE, you probably have to bring your own, and I doubt they give you free stuff. It's WWE. But yeah. Good stuff. Alright, so last player, we're just waiting for them to get into lobby. I think it's just Roby Kenobi is just getting in here, and then we'll jump into our game. Where did that player go? Weird. There's probably a station for the kids. Oh, okay. So you can do that thing where you take your shoes off and you put them on your knees, so that way you look shorter. You just pretend to be a kid that way. Easy enough. with your beard and everything. Oh, but anyways, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Thanks for being here. Happy Sunday. We've got some great Heroes of the Storm action for all of you. We'll be starting out with Alterac Pass for map number 1 of our second of 6 best of 3s. And we got a long day ahead of us, everybody. We got a long day ahead of us, but we got a fun day ahead of us. That's the important part. Rent a kid for a bit. No, thank you. I'm making one for my son. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Perfect. Or you just like guilt trip them, be like, my grandma asked me to do this. My grandma's an 84-year-old wrestling. She absolutely just adores wrestling and Raw, and I have to do this for her. She's been to 87 Raws, and this is the first one she's never been able to make, so we have to make a poster for her. How are they gonna say no to grandma, you know? Well, Either way. Sounds like one player stepped away for a moment. I don't know why they would, but, we have to wait for them, I guess. She's in the hospital. Yeah, just even keep, like, adding to it. Yeah, keep adding to it. Like, she's in the hospital. We just don't know if she'll make it. This could be her last day. And on her dying breath, she was saying, "Crush, make me a poster." Baha was actually awake at 4 a.m. I was awake at 3:30 a.m. That is when my first alarm went off. And then my second alarm went off at 3:45, and then I got out of bed. Fed Bandit, made breakfast, now we're here. We've already casted one of the 6 best of 3s. And apparently, one of the players who just played in a best of 3, who has the first 3 best of 3s back to back to back, walked away from the computer after the first best of 3 concluded, for I don't know what reason. How you doing today, Dings? What's up, bud? There is a high chance that I will need to make another big pot of tea as well. There is a very strong chance of that. By now, Ba's an honorary European. Why am I honorary? My whole family's from there. My whole family's from Romania. My cousins are still there. I can get dual citizenship whenever I want. You were still awake at 4 a.m. Yeah, I can get dual citizenship, dual citizenship and such, since we still have a family that actively lives there and all that other stuff. Yeah. Ugh. Make sure you don't accidentally make a pot of the wet dog tea. I am gonna try more of that soon. You're even one by law. Yep. Yeah, my family, we're from Cluj, Romania, which is the capital of the Transylvanian region. The northwestern region. And there's a very famous plaza in Cluj. And my grandmother's apartment is about 3 or 4 blocks away from it. She passed away long ago, but we still own the apartment. There was a falling out between my dad and his sister, because she wanted the apartment because it's worth a lot of money. And my dad's sister's not the nicest person. When my mom and dad were escaping during Ceausescu's communism. Sorry, I'm trying to find a Google map here really quickly. My dad's sister told a few people that they were escaping, and my dad and her have had a rocky relationship for a long time, but she's, as I said, not the nicest. Almost sound like dual citizen shit. It did. My mouth is not making the best words today, apparently. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience between games. We did double up on the ads just so we can make sure that we get rid of any sort of blockage and all that kind of stuff. But we do have Mac trackers on the left-hand side, Uprising on the right. This is going to be your second of 6 best of 3s today. Authoritarian, yeah. I mean, it's if you Google it, it was, you know, it's as I said, it's Ceausescu's communism. So that's the way that I like to put it, because there's so many people who are like, well, actually, Bahamut, it was not actually communism. It's like, okay, well, go look it up and tell me what Google tells you, because trust me, that's what it says. It was like the Romanian Communist Republic or something like that. There was the title. Can't remember exactly. But we are going to be back into this, so let's talk about Heroes of the Storm. So we got Alterac Pass for map number 1, as I was giving some lore about our family, or my family. So we are going to be getting into Alterac. We've got one new team we have not seen in Group B of Uprising. We did see Mac Trackers fall to the members of 52 FPS in the first best of 3 of the day. Alterac will kick things off here, and heroes can be banned once per series and played once per series, but there's an and in there that's very important. So Kira can no longer be banned for the rest of this best of 3. She can be picked in map 2 or 3, but if she's picked in map 2, then she's no longer available to be banned or picked. Same thing with Brightwing. But if we get, like, let's say we get a first pick Dahaka. Dahaka can no longer be picked, and there's no point in banning him because he's not going to be picked. So, very interesting, unique map draft tool or rule set. By all means, if you have any questions, ask away in chat. But we do get a first pick Johanna for Alterac Pass over on the side of Uprising. Hogger, Brightwing to be banned, Sylvanas and Kira. Hogger's awesome for this map. Hogger, very, very good at grabbing, as we like to say, the true objective, the null pack camp from mid lane, which does have that negative armor onto structures. Was first pick incorrect? I have no idea. Let me tab here. Let's see. Map choice was Alterac Pass from Mac Trackers. I don't know what they're saying in the lobby, so I'm just gonna chill here and wait for the lobby to get going again. Well, either way, thanks for hanging out with me on this lovely Sunday, everybody. Thanks for being here as we are enjoying the best MOBA made. And you know what? Maybe Blizzard's up with us as well. Maybe Blizzard's like, wow, look at this guy's commitment. How could we not pass up this guy for BlizzCon? I mean, who else is going to wake up this early? What's up, Cam? How you doing, bud? Okay, so we're back into it. We won't do the we won't re-spiel. When I edit this, I'll just edit around all that other stuff. Get to work, Blizzard. Yeah, I know, right? BlizzCon is 41 days away, everybody. 41 days. So we'll probably see the same bands. Kira, Sylvanas, Brightwing, and Hogger. First pick Johanna. So the first pick wasn't incorrectly set. I'm assuming there was like a DC.
The crusade calls.
How am I doing? Pretty good. I got decent sleep last night. We're up. I am pretty much awake already, so yeah, we're good. We're rocking and rolling. Rhaegar is going to be your first grab for Mac Trackers. What with the Rhaegar, though? We did see them run Murd and Rhaegar together, so that might be something they like to do. I don't hate the idea of an early variant, personally, or Chromie here. Alright, we're going Green Gods here. We got Rhaegar and Thrall. Both Green Gods are in the map. Maybe we'll get a full Horde draft. No joke, if this is the kind of raw commitment and professionalism doesn't sway them, what will? Money! Johanna and Hanzo.
Let's save some lives.
Morales? Hello? Morales, what are we doing here, bud? That is not a hero I expect to see. I was thinking for a second, like, are they gonna go Juice Pirates or something? But Hanzo is not a Juice Pirate hero. What if it's... Hold on. What if it's Redemption Hanzo, and they stim the Hanzo and his Redemption attack speed? He is like... He'll have normal-ish attack speed. Jaina will be banned. Don't want to deal with Jaina. I mean, her poke is really good. Slows, burst, all of it's there. Either team could really benefit from a Junkrat for this map. His delay around the objective is great. Endless nades are a really good tool as well. Great hero all in all. I think it's a solid ban if they're not going to try and grab it. But Falstad's not part of the Horde. They're not going to grab Falstad. Drunk pirates, yeah. What do I want to pick up for Rhaegar and Thrall, though?
The hunt is on.
So they do go for Muradin. They'll pick up the Lunara once again. Okay. And they will need... I mean, they do have the solo lane in Thrall. It could be another Bruiser as well. Maybe like Ragnaros. Ooh. Sergeant Hammer. Stim drone Sergeant Hammer. Kind of scary. Chromie would slot in for the draft of Mac Trackers. This needs to be a solo lane, typically. We get a Chen. I like the Chen a lot. Wandering Keg control. Morales as a displacement grenade for a bit of control as well. Sergeant Hammer can then benefit from possible stim. Sustained damage is nice. As I said, I like the Chromie. It would keep it all Warcraft if they're going like a theme. The artillery into Sergeant Hammer is really nice. Mephisto could be a consideration as well.
I hear the call.
And we get a Shaky Boy with Nazebo last pick. I don't know. Maybe it's like a Things of the Deep Nazebo level 1 for the range increase and can harass the hammer and zombie wall them constantly. Let's get into it. Get your gambles in. Map number 1. All right. All right, Mac Trackers on the left-hand side. Nazebo, Muradin, Rhaegar, Lunara, and Thrall. Right side in the red. First time we're seeing them today. Uprising. Hammer, Morales, Johanna, Hanzo, and Chen. Advanced Artillery, Life Support, Zealous Glare, Simple Geometry. So no Redemption Hanzo game. We do have that Hippity Hop for the Lunara as well. Muradin with the Dwarf block. Waiting to see what we get for our other talents. Colossal Totem as well. Maybe going to be going just top lane immediately for Siege. Just throw down the zombie wall, lay it at tank tower shots. Spiders will be your level 1 grab for the Widowmakers, as well as Echo of the Elements. Pharaoh Spirit just finds its way onto the Chen over the wall, but there's no stacks. And Chen does go for the Accumulating Flame level 1. Concussive Blast, Stormbolt does not connect. Minion waves will be traded. Hanzo has already started out this camp. He's gonna need some assistance because he cannot do this on his own. Morales is here for the healing beam. Chen soaking top, Johanna soaking bottom. Hammer will also assist. A few spider mines to eat some damage. As Rhaegar, Lunara, and Nazebo grab your siege camp for the left. They're all trying to land that Feral Spirit onto Johanna. She's able to wiggle to the side, mounted on the train. Hanzo Stormbow. It's a nice hit into this Thrall. Maybe looking for a scatter off the sidewall, but is not gonna land any possible damage. Hammer. Still advancing forward. Hanzo with a Stormbow into Muradin forces him to Dwarf Toss to the side. Trait will kick in. We also do have some Well Tap activated. Hammer blasting. Nazebo Zombie Wall kind of blocking a little bit of this. Only capturing their own null units. Keg Smash goes down. Condemn Johanna. Ignite from the Chen into a couple enemies. Looks like it's going to be the Muradin and Rhaegar. Hammer blasting through the Fort Gate of Mid. And Thrall does step up. Pharaoh Spirit misses into Johanna. Chen's back in top lane, soaking up for the allies. Level 4 will be picked up a little bit faster for Mac trackers, but only a little bit. Lunara Wisp, by the way, not in a bush, but there's no sense in a Wisp level 1, so it's not like she needs to place it in a bush. And first objective will be the lower section of the map. We got 5 seconds until the announcement. Also 5 seconds until this siege camp is available on the right. Left side is 15 more. So easy available time. Grab siege camp for mid lane. Lunara soaks top. And then go for objective. Could honestly consider delaying this ever so slightly, so it's entering into lane closer to the objective timer. But, I mean, honestly, it still has 7 seconds. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe you could have delayed it a second or two more, but
All right, lads and lassies, keep
that all works out.
from being captured and get our soldiers out of the horns.
Well, experience is still very tight. Good amount of poke onto this Nazebo health bar from Hanzo. Nearly enough to take down the Witch Doctor. A scatter finds a 6th stack. Hammer continues to blast away from a safe range. Condemned from Jahan as they step up. A scatter goes off the fort into a couple enemies. They're all still soaking bottom lane. And that hover siege level 7 getting closer and closer. Possible dive onto Chen top lane. He has the elusive brawler, and so while he's inside that zombie wall, he's just gonna tank. He's gonna take 0 damage. He just sat there evading all the attacks there, drinking brew, and then he just flying kicks and gets away safely. He is at 50% health. Got to be a little careful here. Hanzo is rotating up. Johanna does have the channel. And did Chen dive in a little too fast? Morales is here. They're all good. Pings on a Nazebo. Scatter goes out. One more auto needed to take him down. As Hanzo tries to get another scatter. Does he have a Stormbolt? Misses Lunara, but it is going to be deer season. And Hanzo does get the kill. Channel and the objective has been stalled by the Muradin. Hammer still blasting in mid. She'll get a concussive blast onto Muradin, forcing him back. He will advance again. Thunderclap goes down. Johanna, with help of Chen, dives into Muradin. He'll have to Dwarf Toss to safety of by his fort, with Rhaegar and Nazebo trying to poke here and there. Mostly Nazebo. Rhaegar throws down the totem. Except that grounded totem 7, that's already cleared away. Johanna blocked by the zombie wall, but she just activates a condemn and continues to step forward. Objective has still not been grabbed. Hanzo natural agility over the wall. Thrall 2 autos away from being taken down, but he won't fall. So many times Mac trackers are close to being taken out, but they're able to break away from the enemy. Objective has completed. So what is the game plan from Uprising? Do they do like a 2-3 split, top and bottom priority to get the other 2 forts? Looks like it's going to be a 1-4 split. Chen getting some soak in mid really quickly. He'll probably head to top lane afterwards. His wave clear is really good. Yeah, so he mounts up, heads to top lane. Hover Siege Hammer, Muradin looking to step forward. Concussive Blast pushes them back. They want to try and get this fight. Oopsie, sorry. They want to get this fight before the heroics come through. Hanzo, natural agility. Hanzo gets a nice scatter into the Thrall. And Chen still pushing top lane. The objective on the fort gate. We do have your stim drone on the hammer for the movement speed bonus. Hanzo caught by the zombie wall. Dragon's Arrow lands. Hammer steals the kill. It is Napalm Strike level 10. Dragon's Arrow. Stim, Bless Shield, Wandering Keg. As top objective is the last one available. And they confirm the fort. Heroic to the side of Mac Trackers. You've got your Thornwood Vines, Earthquake, Ancestral, Gargantuan, which will be summoned in bottom, and Muradin. Is he considering the Haymaker? I think it's going to be Avatar. Chen has Wandering Keg if he needs to get away, but he needs to be able to push the button is the issue. 25 armor, damage over time is really good. Morales, does she have a beam? She does. And Chen is able to drink up. I can't believe he lives there. Never punished, as they say. 3-0 in kills, favoring the side of Uprising. And the 3 forts have been taken down. Or 2 forts, excuse me. It's going to be a third and a second, as Hammer's just kind of blasting away right now. If you want to see the attack speed, 1.75 attacks per second. And in the Hover Siege mode, she's at 75% movement speed, because Hover Siege is 50%, and Stim is 25% movement speed bonus. Boss has been started by Hanzo. He's done with Simple Geometry, also has that Serrated Arrow. Chen Wandering Keg up in 5 seconds. He'll look to harass with the Johanna. Hanzo getting a little bit low, and Morales trying to get that healing beam off to Johanna, but I don't think there's going to be an invade under this camp or this boss in time. Now, what's the game plan? Is it double boss play? Is it grab boss push? Look for mid lane clear? Chen is heading to mid lane, and the next objective is ready to go.
You know what to do.
Rhaegar resetting for full. Zeba tries to push up top lane a little bit. Baseline stacks for him, over 90. Gargantuan Zombie Wall has been summoned for the top lane. And Nazeba looks to back away. Don't know if he's going to be able to get out of this alive. Shield Glares trying to reveal. He's not scouted by Johanna. What? Wow. She shield glared over here, but I guess she just didn't see around that edge. Wow. Secret Agent Nazebo sneaks out. Bottom lane, Keep Gate took a small amount of damage from that boss. Top lane will also be grabbed. Next objective ready for contest. 13 talents here, about to be here for both teams. Chen also has that range keg smash as he's over 25 stacks. Stim onto Hammer. She rolls forward, looking to blast onto Muradin, who does have his avatar. Great cleanse from Rhaegar, the Wandering Keg. Ancestral's there, but Hammer looking to take down Muradin. He will fall to Sergeant Hammer, and this will be channel to the side of Uprising again. Boss, by the way, currently pushing top lane onto Keep Gate. Damage onto the boss is really quick between Thrall, Lunar, and Azebo. But only 25 seconds of channel time remaining. Looks like a null pack will be stolen away again. Uprising with a pretty decent start here. Map 1 of the second of 6 best of 3s. Alright. Let's move in. Flying kick in from Chen. Hammer blasting away. There's going to be an Earthquake from Thrall above, trying to get away from Johanna. She pops Iron Skin, looking to step forward. Bless Shield just now coming off cooldown. Hammer will be able to get that stim activation. A lot of health bars on the red side are low, and this might be a couple kills over the side of Mac. Trackers. Pharaoh Spirit locks down Hanzo, uses natural agility to back away, but losing Morales and Johanna while you get the objective is unfortunate. And I don't see this getting much siege value to Uprising. Good defense. Really good defense from Mac Trackers. I also want to point out, in this Group B, only one team will be making it out of Group B of the 4. So we have the 6 best of 3s, and the top scoring team will be the team that enters into your playoff bracket next weekend from Group B. Group C will be happening tomorrow. I will not be casting it. The tournament organizer will be providing me the replays, so we'll go ahead and cast those on Tuesday. And then I don't know when Group D is happening. It might be tomorrow as well. But we'll figure it out when it's happening, all that good stuff, and we'll get you all the games. We'll keep you up to date on all these matches. Level 16 is about to be here for both sides. Also, once again, thanks for hanging out with me, too, on this cozy Sunday. Zebo to 140 stacks, 32 baseline for Muradin, 65 of the 125 for Thrall, and 32 for Chen. 80 stacks are needed for accumulating flame armor debuff. I have not seen it since the talent was added to the game. And no sub-done Johanna. I didn't look at when the objective went down, but I think we're within the minute of the announcement. Flying kick from Chen. Wandering Keg goes down. And I think he was maybe looking for the Keg Smash goes down. Wandering Keg is available. And I was thinking he might be looking for this to knock Thrall into the allied team, and they almost get the kill onto him, but his straight kicking in. Flying kick, Ancestral will be good. Rhaegar gets taken down. And there's the objective trigger. Hanzo looking for a scatter. Does have the Giant Slayer. Dragon's Arrow launches Lunara into the keep gate. Wonderful play coming out from Uprising. They have 10 seconds onto the objective is available for Channel. That's going to be a great step up from Johanna. Does get a subdue trigger. And Scatter from Hanzo picks off the Muradin. That is Thunderstorm, by the way, picked up by the Thrall. He did not finish his Echo of the Elements that quickly. But while the few kills are picked up, Uprising will be able to get to this bottom keep taken down. Chen with a flying kick to safety has enough to share level 13. Did also go into the combo strikes on top of that for the Brew. So, bottom boss is up. Top boss is soon to be up. Yep, 30 seconds. Bottom keep has been taken down. Mid keep gates is full. Top keep. Whoa, this is risky. Thrall, Nazebo. Muradin is very far away from this engagement. Stim applied to the hammer. She starts blasting. Also going to be going into the mechanical know-how. We don't see it very often. We'll talk about it in a second. A little bit closer as we do have a Dragon's Arrow Blessed Shield landing. Condemn comes through. A displacement grenade. Wandering Keg. Lunara's being pinged. They're going to try and take her down with the Wandering Keg, and we'll be able to mash her into Venison. I thought I had something. Anyways. Muradin Dwarf toss away. Hanzo chases in with natural agility. Scatter is going to be pretty good. Another flying kick from Chen. Stormbow. 2 autos are needed to take down Muradin. Is there a scatter? He does get the Dwarf toss over the wall, but Nazebo then taken down. I don't think they end here. I mean, 40 armor on the core is a bit much. Okay. Boss is set 50%. Rhaegar gets taken down by Hammer. That's going to be a Thrall pickoff as well. Stim up in 3 seconds. Vandar Stormpike. His defenses are dwindling. Chen wants to get the Finland. Can he get it into Lunara, the Wandering Keg? And no. No glue to be made off of Lunara, but we do get a map 1 victory to Uprising. Crush, aren't you excited for them to add in 6 new Overwatch characters at BlizzCon? I can't wait for them to add in Bastion, so we have now 2 tanks in the game. Kappa. Alright, let's go ahead and get the ads out of the way. Let's get ready for map number 2 of our second best of 3 of the day. Subscribe to the stream if you want to support the channel. We're 14 subs away from our next sub goal. Sure, why not? Yeah. Nah, legitimately, like, if Blizzard were to actually add in another hero to Heroes of Storm, it would be like Celendis, right? Bastion skin for Hammer? I can see that for sure, yeah. Let's add all those high guard characters that are going to waste. Dude, I could not even tell you the newest character that's been added to Overwatch. I could not even tell you. Isn't it like some space girl who floats or something? I know that is so not, yeah. I have not paid attention to Overwatch for years, and there's probably like 12 new characters that I don't know about. I think the last one that I can recall is like Bastion or something. There was like a healer guy with a gun. so clear and concise on that. StarCraft is the least represented game in Heroes of Storm. Not counting Nexus-born stuff, we don't care about that. But literally, Overwatch, I believe, has one more character than StarCraft does. If you were to, like, if you go to the filter, I believe Overwatch has one more character than StarCraft. StarCraft, in my opinion, has some of the coolest character ideas. Now, do we need another person with gun? No. Would Tosh be awesome? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Like, getting a Spectre in here would be really cool. But do we really need, like, another man with gun? Not really. Like, Minsk would be, like, cool. You could maybe have him be some sort of, like, promotion or buff character. Overmind. The hard part with Overmind, one, he'd be really cool, or they'd be really cool, but it's like, how do you make Overmind unique and different from Abathur? I'm sure there's ways, but there's so much cool stuff. We do know that from information told to us by Blizzard, the last hero that was being worked on and was nearing completion was Celendis. So they were working on a character for Heroes of the Storm from StarCraft, that we were supposed to get Celendis. I believe Celendis has the really cool double-bladed scythe. I believe that's Celendis. My StarCraft lore is very bad. But, you know what I know? Heroes of the Storm. Welcome into Dragonshire, everybody. Map number 2 and our second best of 3 of the day. On the left-hand side, we've got Mac Trackers. On the right is Uprising. And we're looking at a first pick, first ban to the side of Mac Trackers. Map choice coming up from Uprising. We'll see if Uprising gets the 2-0 victory in this round-robin group stage for Group B, or if we're going to be heading into a Map 3 as we get a Stitches ban. Yeah, but see, Blackstar at that point, it's, how do you create something that's cool, but also can't be a troll? So, like, look at some of the first iterations of Ragnaros. Some of the first iterations of Ragnaros, the idea was that they would have Ragnaros becomes the core, and you can move the core. There's actually imagery of this. They did like a deep dive panel on it many BlizzCons ago. I think actually during the BlizzCon when he got released. But I think one of the comments about that was, well, that could be kind of used as a troll. Someone could literally molten core your core and then just walk it to the enemy base and die, and then you lose the game. So there's that balance of creating something really cool, thematic, and on point, but also having it balance out in Heroes of the Storm where it's not something that can be used to ruin someone else's game. So that's kind of the balance. Now, of course, you know, there's feeding and stuff like that, of course, but if you were to literally control the waves, that would really, I think, mess things up, I would say. Anyways, let's focus on in. We got map number 2. There's a lot of really cool design theory that goes into it, so a lot of layers to that onion. Stitch's white main, though, will be banned. We do have your Garrosh and Genji. Okay, so if we make it to a map number 3, these heroes cannot be banned away. They can still be picked. Sylvanas, here's a great example. Sylvanas was banned away in map number 1 by the side of Uprising, and now will be picked up by Mac Trackers. Same thing with Hogger. Same situation. Hogger for Dragonshire, really good mobility, good control, bouncing. Still waiting on an Abathur game. Still waiting for one of those, as Junkrat also gets grabbed with the Hogger. Lot of displacement with your staggering blow potential. I guess it's not really displacement, but the shockwave potential at level 10. You do have concussion mine as well from Junkrat, Riptire, shattering teeth potential. with the sticky, or with the steel traps. Anduin Sylvanas, maybe like a Nubarak as well.
I stand ready.
No, they'll grab a Vala. Okay. Light Bomb targeting could be Sylvanas with Haunting Wave. Maybe they're looking for a Holy Word Salvation, but there's already a bunch of interrupts that I hate. I love Holy Word Salvation. I would not be wanting to pick it already into a Hogger and a Junkrat. That's already difficult to deal with. ETC does get banned away. Okay, so looking to get rid of that Power Slide, Face Melt, possible Stage Dive, Mosh Pit. The Hogger Junkrat. Maybe a healer ban they don't want to deal with, unless there's like a tank as well. Johanna's already been played. I'm trying to think of blinds. May is an option, but May is really not that popular. Looks like they'll get rid of Greymane. Are we getting Cho'Gall? No way. The setup for Cho'Gall here is not good. You'd have, what, Sylvanas or Vala bottom lane? I don't really like that. Maybe it's like a, oh, you know what? Maybe it's a Deathwing. Maybe that's why they're getting rid of Greymane. They don't want to deal with Deathwing and Greymane, Deathwing into Greymane potentially with Curse Bullet, the worst Brightwing skin in the game. So Hogger in the solo lane, he does have a percent base damage with Headbanger 16. I think Deathwing could be a pretty decent pickup for the solo lane for Mac Trackers, and then main tank wise, I don't hate the variant. Like Deathwing variant could work out pretty good. Charge, Taunt, Chastise, Rain of Vengeance, Mind Control maybe. Okay, so nothing of what I think. Ragnaros will be picked up with the Arthas. And then Phoenix as well. Sustained damage of Phoenix, not bad. Heroics are, you know my opinion. I feel like it's going to be a Judgment Planet Cracker game. I could definitely see Judgment Planet Cracker. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's find out what happens.
Heroes, prepare for combat.
All right, here we go, everybody, into map number 2 of our second best of 3. Left side with Mac Trackers, you've got the Sylvanas, Arthas, Anduin, Ragnaros, and Vala. Uprising in the red, looking for the 2-0 victory with their Brightwing, Phoenix, Tyrael, Junkrat, and Hogger. On the Prowl, Extra Wound Timers, Ardent Defender.
10
You
seconds.
do have your mobile offense. Nailed it. Target acquired is level 4. And we've also got your Brightwing Hypershift. Might of the Banshee Queen for the Sylvanas. Not going to be going into Unrelenting Torment for the Shadow Dagger. Howling Presence for Arthas's... Frost Presence for the Howling Blast of Arthas. Power Word Shield, Engulfing Flame. The Blast Wave of Ragnaros. And last but not least, Vala with her Creed of the Hunter as Arthas is able to back away with very low HP. Phase Bombs coming out from Phoenix. You do have that Laser Cutter going out. Vala getting a little bit low. Hogger looks to bounce in, but just goes off his Loot Horde. Lands in the bush and heads towards top lane. Actually, looks like he'll be joining Junkrat to finish out the Bruiser camp really quickly, while Phoenix is going to be able to get some rapid damage onto Ragnaros top lane. And that is a dead Ragnaros. As I said, his sustained damage is good.
First blood.
Phoenix does have good sustained damage, but it's just, I'm not a fan of his heroics. The other thing, too, is that Plasma Cutter does have a baseline 25% slow on it. You also have that, after moving, Phoenix next basic attack deals 35% more damage to heroes. Phoenix baits the Sylvanas into thinking that he is killable. Hogger steps out from the bush and gets the kill. Phoenix gets well tap and shield regenerating Meanwhile, Junkrat Siege Giants for the bottom lane. Arthas trying to back away. Frost Presence is active.
Capture the shrines. Inherit the Dragon Knight's power. And lay
Ragnaros is just doing his best to clear out top lane wave. Man, this is an explosive start for Uprising. Really well done. So that target acquired level 4, by the way, is base attacks and slowed heroes with repeater cannon active grant 10% movement speed for 4 seconds up to 40%. So, as I mentioned, there's that synergy with the Plasma Cutter baseline plus these 2 talents. As I mentioned, sustained damage, good. Right. Possible invade onto this Siege Giant camp. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Okay, Junkrat. Oh, wait, hold on. There was a Bruiser camp I did not see getting grabbed. I might have watched it, but I was looking at talents. And this is Fort Gate of bottom lane taken down. Tyrael assisting a little bit on this wave, and we have Dragonite available in mid lane. And Ragnaros learned his lesson from last time. He might try and delay with a Meteor really quick, but there's no interrupt. Phoenix actually blinks forward. Laser Cutter goes out. Can they get the kill into Ragnaros? Almost. But because they went for that kill, they will not have the opportunity for the Dragonite right now. Arthas able to get the counter channel in the bottom lane. Phoenix and Hogger staying in top and mid. Chattering Teeth come out. Concussion Mine blasts Arthas into the tower shots. Frozen Tempest gets activated. Phoenix rotates down, but he'll warp off to the side, trying to avoid some of that sustained damage from the Sylvanas, denying her baseline stacks. Only on 4 right now. As her Haunting Arrow level 4 was picked up, we do have the channel on the Moon Shrine at bottom. Sun Shrine still being controlled by Hogger as he has zoned Ragnaros back in top. Level 7 is here. No Warp Warfare, by the way. Going to be going to the Divert Power Weapons with a 40-second cooldown as Arthas is picked off in bottom. So activate to gain 40% basic attack damage for 5 seconds. Basic attacking a hero refreshes the duration. Once Divert Power Weapons ends, drain all shield capacitor shields.
I tried to save this realm. Now it burns.
So, pretty much Phoenix player just going for a rundown build. He's like, if I have you in my sights, I am just going to run at you. Now, Ragnaros will pop Molten Core. It's 180-second cooldown right now. That cooldown starting when it's over. Phoenix is going to try and step forward to the Vala. Phase Bomb goes out. Dragonite low. Savage Charge kicks the Sylvanas off to the side. Phase Bomb goes out. Onto the Arthas. And that'll be the end of the Dragonite phasing. Next one up around 6 minutes in-game time. Possession from Sylvanas just to bolster the wave a little bit, looking like she'll steal the melee minions. Hogger in top lane has continued to push into the Ragnaros, so Ragnaros might die here if Hogger spins through him, but he won't go for it. Back in bottom, there is going to be a fight over this camp. Phasing from Brightwing lands into the Tyrael in time. Phoenix in the backline, putting the pressure onto the Anduin. Tyrael explosion might get a kill into Sylvanas. It is not going to get that kill, but we do have Tyrael taken down. The triple into Anduin, quadra kill into Anduin, Sylvanas, Vala, and Arthas. They do steal the Siege Giant camp. They lose 4 members. They give a massive experience advantage to the enemy, who are going to go into Salvo, Blink Heal, Shockwave, Riptire, and what? You're trying to think of what Phoenix is actually good at? Yeah, I've mentioned this before. Like, I give him crap about his kit, or about his heroics, but the sustained damage and mobility of Phoenix is good. It's fine. Would I rather have, like, a Greymane Vala Sylvanas as my auto attacker? Yeah. But can you run people down and absolutely body in a 1v1? Absolutely. Riptire, Salvo. Riptire dealing tons more damage to the Salvo. This invade on the camp shall be successful to Uprising. And Siege Giants are out of... Siege Giants are out of tower shot range. Vala did try and clear that out, but Junkrat had a bit of zoning with the Chattering Teeth. Bottom fort falls. Dragonite, as I mentioned, around 6 minutes was to be available, and there it is.
Put an end to this.
Ragnaros will get the Moonshrine. Sunshrine. Moonshine is neutral still. Still have a small minion wave, some Siege Giant boulders to open up Keep Gate. And Uprising maybe looking to set up a condition for the next Dragonite to take down that Keep structure and get consistent catapult pressure through the lane. Yeah, I'd take Tychus over Phoenix any day. Yep, I agree. I agree. But also, I mean, it's a playstyle thing, too. I mean, some people like Phoenix's mobility, his warp. I get it, you know? That's the best part about Heroes of the Storm is just about every hero is viable. Humongous flank with the Shockwave into Staggering Blow. The Riptire does get interrupted. Tyrael trying to chase in a ball. Gets the Eldrune's Might for the kill. We do have Sylvanas and Ragnaros falling below. And that is everyone's favorite Northern European country.
Blue team dominant.
Finland!
Is going to be achieved by Uprising as they get the pentakill. 13 kills, level 13. Bottom lane Keep Gate is going to be taken down. Dragonite is not channelable still as Hogger is looking to get his way onto this point. And then bottom keep will fall as the enemies are respawning.
Red team has destroyed a fort. Blue team's
Molten Core comes out from Ragnaros.
the Dragon Knight.
All right,
shall
Dragonite is here.
return to sin.
I think this is just going to be a call for mid lane fort, possibly top lane as well. Festering Wounds, level 7 from the Sylvanas, getting those marks on the multiple enemies. We do have Wailing Arrow, Army of the Dead, Light Bomb, Sophia Smash, and Rain of Vengeance if you're wondering about those heroics. As the Savage Charge will kick Vala away, the mid fort does go down. What is the call? The Dragonite is so low. Judgment from Tyrael comes through. They cancel the Dragonite. The Purification Salvo goes out, nearly taking down Ragnaros. The Shockwave gets the kill into Anduin. Arthas will fall to the Phoenix. I think there's some splash of a Phase Bomb. Mid keep is being opened up. Sylvanas' Hearth is, I believe, canceled. And they don't have a minion wave. They don't have anything to eat these tower shots. So, yeah, call to go top lane fort. Not bad at all. Uprising have upended the enemies here. So Hogger's just going to go ahead and confirm that top structure. Concussion Mine pushes this Sylvanas. She'll get the Leap of Fate. The Wailing Arrow goes deep into the enemies and no kill into the Banshee Queen.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Another Dragonite will be announced momentarily, but this is just Uprising. Matching levels with kills. Haunting Wave out from Sylvanas. Judgment from Tyrael into the Vala. Phoenix is going to try and get a few of these autos in. Warps forward as well. Hogger spins in. Sophia Smash goes out. Riptire from Junkrat zones a little bit. Ragnaros is going to put some pressure onto Junkrat, but it's now Junkrat getting the kill into the raid boss.
Fort is under attack.
25 seconds for that death timer. As Salvo goes out, it does not capture the Vala, but I think she would have been fine either way. She makes it into the Hall of Storms. Core defenses are not going to be able to stun the Phoenix. Sylvanas is going to get the mark onto the wave. Howling Blast lands. The Phoenix will be fine.
Come the dragon.
And Hogger's already heading to the top lane. Sunshrine. Mid lane keep is being taken down. And it is Uprising with full control of map number 2, Dragonshire. Hogger's in position for Dragonite. Are they going to go for another camp grab? It seems like Siege Giants will be picked up. Maybe a delay onto Hogger. No, they're going to try and take down the Tyrael. He smites the ground. Hogger gets Dragonite. Tyrael jumps off to the side. We get the Sword of Justice double teleport. Judgment goes into the Sylvanas. Sophia Smash to try and answer back, but Sylvanas will be taken down. And Vala, Arthas, Anduin all trying to back away through the bottom lane. Riptire looking to get in front of Arthas to push him back into his allies, or into the enemy team still. Phoenix confirms the kill. Gets the Anduin as well. Gonna try and run down the Vala. She lands a Rain of Vengeance. And the extra grenade from the extra round timer nearly taking down Vala, but doesn't get the kill. Ragnaros will have Molten Core. But this is Dragonite here with a Ragnaros Vala to defend. Sylvanas is now respawning. But it does appear to me that this will be Uprising with a clean 2-0 in our second of 6 best of 3s. GG, well played. Alright, so another series in the books today as we head into our third best of 3. We have 6 of these in total. If you're enjoying yourself here, please do consider subscribing if you have the available funds. If not, thanks for being here. If you're powering through the ads, I appreciate you watching the ads to support the channel. Every little bit helps us out. And glad to be here casting the best MOBA for all of you. And hopefully you're enjoying the commentary. But let's go ahead and get all the ads out of the way. Let's get everything set up for our third best of 3. Alright, we've done our spiel. Next lobby is up already. And we do get to see Volskaya Foundry. So this is going to be Sid Ivan versus Mac Trackers. Where is my brackets? There you are. So I believe they will be on the right side with this crew. Let me double check the bracket here. Yep, MT left, CN right. We'll go ahead and throw a lobby link if anyone needs it. How's everyone's day otherwise? How is everyone's day? Very enjoyable series so far. Oh, Uprising does get the payouts. There's the gamble. All right. Also, really quickly, Corsair has released 2 new products. Corsair has released the Harpoon V2. I have been using this for about a month at this point, maybe closer to 3 weeks. Very, very nice mouse. Budget friendly. It's very budget friendly if you are looking for a mouse. It's $69.99. It utilizes the Marksman sensor, which is the 26,000 DPI. The previous Harpoon had 10,000 was the max. So you got 16,000 more DPI for DPIing. I believe it is 140 hours of battery life with the mouse as well. You've got 2 side buttons. You've got your profile button on the top. Very simple and straightforward mouse. You can also, if you are a fan of wired, there is a wired port on the front like most Corsair mice have. And it is not intrusive in the way that, like, if I were to... Like, a lot of the days when I do Final Fantasy streams, or if I play a game with my controller, I typically have the mouse plugged in. And it's never, like, the cable's never gotten in the way or anything like that. So, definitely really, really recommend if you're in the market for a new mouse. Corsair has also released the Skiff 100 and the Skiff 100 Plus. Skiff 100 is $59.99. The Skiff 100 Plus is $69.99. And the difference is between the two that there's the Plus has the 6 programmable side buttons, so you can do some profile stuff with that. You can get some extra hotkey programmable stuff. So big recommend if you're in the market for a new keyboard or mouse. Very budget friendly. The Skiff is also a quiet keyboard. I believe it does not use any sort of mechanical switches. I believe it is all the linear switches from Corsair. I think it's like Optical Linear or something is the name. But definitely go check it out. Click on the Go Corsair link while we're waiting for this next series to get going. Every day I see HoTS is good. It gives another chance to see Slapather. Indeed, we're waiting for it. Still have not casted an Abathur game killer. I've been on the hunt for them. I have literally been looking through Heroes Lounge games just to try and see if there's an Abathur game, and it's not even being played there. Is that the mouse they use in Futurama where they're wailing on... Yes, yes. I do. That is a good episode. That is a good episode. So yeah, that's the spiel there. And we're just getting our 10 players into the lobby. We've got the members of Mac Trackers already in. Sved Ivan is going to be slowly populating the lobby. You love the changes. I still have not gotten to cast them. Obviously, I've read them and stuff like that, but I have not had the opportunity to cast them. So that's really what I want to see. Is I want to see it at a high level. But yeah, I know it's everywhere. I know it's everywhere. We raided Hazuubs yesterday, and I think he was playing Storm League, and it was literally in his Storm League game. But Ninja, Reddit says it's busted. But Ninja, Reddit says that it's too strong. Are you gonna disagree with Reddit? Alrighty. So we've got all that. So first map of this series is Volskaya. Second map is Haunted, and possible third map for this series will be Blackhearts. Okay. Start prediction. Which team wins Volskaya? We'll go ahead and set up the team names and all that. There was a Division 1 game yesterday with an Abathur. Was it casted? Division 1. Degailan Banger played 52 FPS. That was casted by someone. Let's see what else there is. Okay. What's up, Deet? How you doing, bud? We win those versus 52 FPS. Where is that? Oh, I didn't click on it because I thought it was a buy game. Cool. We'll add it to the list. We'll add it to the list for next week. How's your day going, Do Deet? Slabither is not as effective as I thought. Well, it got a bit of a nerf from the PTR to live, from my understanding. Like, on PTR, it was insane. Like it was super duper strong, and then when it went live, they had a couple nerfs on it to balance it out. With, like, the stun happening X seconds, so that, like, there was a bigger window between the stun duration and such. But yeah, we've been up since 3:30 this morning. We started stream at 5 a.m., and we're getting ready for a third best of 3. We're going strong. By the way, next week, so the schedule for next week is whatever games happen tomorrow, because I'm not streaming tomorrow, so whatever games happen tomorrow during this tournament for Group C and or D, we'll do those on Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to be finishing up Final Fantasy VIII. If we finish up and there's tons of time left, we'll play Zero Space. If not, maybe we'll just, like, chill, chat, do some marbles. Maybe we'll start our casting tier list for maps. Thursday will be more Heroes of the Storm. If we don't get to the Heroes Lounge game stuff that we want to do on Tuesday, we'll do it Thursday. Friday, we'll be done with Final Fantasy VIII on Wednesday, I'm sure of it. I don't think there's any more than the final boss and maybe some little tidbits here and there. So Friday, if we like Zero Space on Wednesday, we'll be doing more of that Friday. If we haven't played Zero Space on Wednesday, we'll be starting it out on Friday, because I backed Zero Space. I'm happy to support them, and I believe there is a campaign for Zero Space. So we'll play some Zero Space. We'll check it out on Friday for sure. And then next weekend is the conclusion of this tournament, I believe, with it being Saturday, Sunday single elimination bracket. I believe that is going to be the schedule for next week. I'll make the schedule. I'll put it in Discord, all that good stuff. I also need to make the August movie schedule, Baja schedule, and cooking stream. For the cooking stream of August, we are going to be doing some sort of like shawarma or doner kebab thing. So we'll figure out a recipe for that. I'll figure out a good date for it as well. I have not heard of any other tournaments coming up, so we might have a pretty free August when it comes to weekend streams. So we might not have to do Baja Ras in the middle of the week. And when it comes to Baja Ras, I did get a recommendation of Monster Hunter for art suggestions, so we'll be taking a look at Monster Hunter for maybe the month of August. Any interest in Dawn of War 4 for the Warhammer? Yeah, that comes out in October, if I remember correctly, and we are going to be playing that. We are going to be playing the 40k Dawn of War 4. I will be getting that, and we'll be playing that when it does release. But I believe it releases late September, early October, if I remember correctly. You can already buy it right now, but yeah. Guild Wars Volcano, that's true, forget what. That's true, bud. How you doing today, my friend? How's your Sunday treating you? It actually releases on September 17th. And you can pay more money to play it 3 days early. I will not be doing that. Yeah, I'll be playing. So it's way sooner than I anticipated. So yeah, we'll be playing that. September is stacked when it comes to games. There's the Wolverine game. There's 40k Dawn of War. There's something else coming out. There's Phantom Blade Zero, I believe, as well as September. Which it's a PlayStation exclusive. It looks like a Souls game that I'll be very angry about. Hearing Guild Wars be mentioned. Yeah, forget what recommended a volcano painting idea from Guild Wars. And I have been wanting to do a volcano pretty bad. I've kind of wanted... I feel like a volcano would be like an active volcano, not just like a dormant volcano. I want to do one where there's lava and stuff. So I feel like that'd be like a really fun video game challenge for one of the days. We're just waiting for our 10 players to get into lobby. Looks like we've got 2 of the 5 from one of the teams. We're just waiting for the rest to get in here. But yeah, as I said, September is stacked when it comes to video games. Like, when is Phantom Blade Zero? Phantom Blade Zero. Oh, it's October. Okay, that works out great for us. That works out great because September, we're going to be doing Dawn of War 40k as well as the Wolverine game. And then in October... we also have Resident Evil Requiem replay through on the harder difficulty. We might do the modded Resident Evil 3 in October, or I might do it sooner. I might just want to play Resident Evil 3, and we might just do that. For those that may have seen a little bit of it, we have Jill, the Queen of Blades, for Resident Evil 3. So there's a ton of mod stuff for Resident Evil 3, so I'll add in more. Yeah, bud, you cleaning your blanket? Yeah. You're a good boy, Bandit. You're doing great today, bud. I'm very proud of you. Yeah, you're doing a good job. You're doing a great job. Yeah. You got distracted with the kids waking up? No worries, it happens. No worries, we're still here waiting for our players to get into lobby. I'm not really sure what's going on, but we're just waiting to see what happens. I literally talked about how I wanted to do it. Got booped. Thanks, Sash Mantle. Appreciate it, bud. Alright, so we'll get going into this momentarily. Still just a couple more players need to get in line. Online, blah. We also picked up 2 sponsorships for this week. I do love that Twitch has been really bad about actually sending emails about the sponsorship availability, so I'm just literally checking the website twice to 3 times a day to literally make sure that I don't miss sponsorships, because there were 2 sponsorships that did not get emails for, but they're available. It's just so funny. All right. There is a lot of words in the chat that I don't know. Need to make a shawarma recipe? Oh, I still have to decide on what I want to do. I still gotta... I need to look up stuff as well, so... No rush. It's all good. Alright, I am seeing players... Okay, so we got players getting into lobby. There we go. Alright, I don't know what the issue was, but... You have a hankering for jerky, I'm assuming? Or jerk chicken? Alright, last player's got to get in here and then we're good to go. Thanks for the patience, everybody. Sorry for the little bit of delay. Yeah, I've got pork thawing in the fridge, so I might do that for dinner. I might just do mac and cheese for dinner tonight. That actually, I have a box of mac and cheese. That also sounds good. But maybe like grilled boneless pork chops, and just do like a general like butcher's rub seasoning on them. Maybe use some of the Texas whiskey glaze I have left over in the fridge. Maybe make something, or maybe do like something like Asian style with like soy sauce and sesame seed oil and stuff like that, and then I could do rice with it. So I don't know. Like rice and pork sounds really good for dinner tonight. It just sounds like simple and straightforward. I ate like half a pound of tacos last night. I am tacoed out. All right, I think we've got the readies being requested. I think we've got everybody in here. And let's rock and roll. Also, it is starting to get warm in here already. It's 7 in the morning and it's starting to get warm. I normally have the windows open until like now-ish, so the house can cool down, but we had to close the windows at like 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning when I started streaming, so I'll probably have to get rid of the sweater. I am starting to get a little warm. Hey! Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for your patience between the games. We are here, ready to rock and roll into Volskaya. Map number 1 of our third best of 3 of the day. On the left-hand side, it is going to be Mac Trackers. Right side is going to be Svet Ivan. And we have got a little bit of housekeeping on this. And, you know what Nelly would say? Something about grills? So, the draft style for this tournament is a bit unique. heroes can be picked and played once, and heroes can be banned once. Only once. So that means that if we get a first ban Sylvanas, if we get a first ban Sylvanas, she'll be unavailable to be banned for the remainder of the series, but she can still be played. Not sure what happened. We had a DC immediately. As we got into the draft, we didn't even get a pick. So I'm not really sure what's going on because all of the lobby conversation is in Russian and or Serbian, and I don't speak either of those languages. Surprise. So yeah. All right, well, we'll hang on to our spiel because we're gonna have to redo it when we get into the game. We'll wait here for the player to get in line or in the game. I don't, was first pick set incorrectly? I don't think it was. First pick should be left side, right? Yeah, first pick is left side. Okay, so, maybe just player DC'd? I don't know, man. I'm just here to hang out and cast games. And remind you to use your Prime Gaming and Tier 1 subs and try and get a monthly jump scare. The player is not even coming back online? Did they, lose power? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, hold on. Let me delete the prediction, because I think this is taking longer than I'm anticipating. So let's delete the prediction. People get their channel points back. Which team wins? Volskaya Foundry. And, I guess let's bring it back over to Bandit and I over here. Yeah, I don't see the player back online, so that's a little worrisome. Oh wait, no, okay, never mind. And immediately, the moment I said something, they immediately pop back online. There's the gong, and Bandit's gonna get comfy. I don't know what he's doing. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back in. Thank you for your patience between the series. We are back into our third best of three of the day.
No way! I don't believe it!
Third best of three of the day. On the left-hand side will be the Mac trackers. Right side is going to be Sved Ivan. Okay, sure. And we will be getting into this Volskaya Foundry map number 1. First pick over to left side of Mac Trackers. Sved Ivan having the map choice. So this is the...
It's quiet. Too quiet.
This is going to be the draft style in which heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps, like the Fearless draft, the Meta Madness, as we've also called it. We also have a unique rule set as well, is that heroes can only be banned once per series. So Kael'thas Uther can be picked up in map number 2. They can be played, but they can no longer be banned in the remainder of this best of 3 series. So very interesting draft rules, like it a lot, and let's see what we get for Volskaya Foundry between these two teams. This is Group B. There is Group A, B, and C, A, B, C, and D. There we go. And only one team will make it out from the group stage into the single elimination bracket for next weekend. I believe next weekend is a Saturday, Sunday tournament days as well. But yeah, 4 teams will enter into Group B, or have entered, and we'll see who's going to make it out. As this is your Kael'thas Hogger banned away by Mac Trackers, Uther, and what? The Lily is extremely surprising. The Lily is super duper surprising. As a ban, I was really not considering Lily at all within the beginning of any draft, but okay. I would assume it's a target ban for some players, Lily. Lily is honestly pretty strong. underutilized, strong hero, but when it comes to the pool of healers, not really in the top 5. Anduin and Garrosh, though, will be picked up. Johanna was snapped up by Mac Trackers. Not a bad start, though, for either side, from Volskaya Foundry. I would love to see a Gul'dan for either team. I've talked about Gul'dan throughout today. His wave clear is really good. His team fight is on point. Volskaya Foundry has a lot of team fighting around the objective area, so Pursuit of Flame and
Here we go again.
Corruption, Echo Corruption are very doable at that level 1. Also, in the double soak between top and mid, too. Chromie will be picked up with the Rhaegar. Not a bad draft. I like it a lot. Mid-ban phase, gonna need a solo lane, and possibly some sustained damage. Mac Trackers have been really enjoying the Lunara throughout today. We have seen, this is the 3rd series we've seen them in. This will be the last series that they do play in, so trying to get some sort of win over the enemy and any sort of points in the group stage is important. But no Imperious to be grabbed for the solo lane. Is there maybe Sved Ivan leaning into a Chen, potentially? Get rid of Leoric, okay. Possible Deathwing solo lane? Leoric into Deathwing is kind of annoying. Hey, Crushinator!
For the next
We got ourselves an Artanis, bud. Orphea will be picked up as well. Good poke, mobility with dash. We'll see what kind of build she goes into. We did get to see Final Toccata yesterday. We never get to see that Shadow Waltz 20 talent, which was really cool. Last 2 picks.
With every death comes on. I bring pandemonium.
We got Chen for the solo lane. Hanzo, Chromie, Rhaegar, Johanna. Pretty good draft from Mac Trackers. I actually like it a lot. Sved Ivan, what are you going to be picking up here? I was not anticipating a butcher, but hey, we got a butcher. Hey, does anyone want a side gamble? Anyone want a side bet? I will bet 1 sub that butcher does finish his meat. So if he does not finish it, then I gift a sub. So does anyone want to bet against me? Any side gamblers? I bet that butcher will finish his meat. This is first round draft. This is map 1 of our 3rd best of 3 of 6 best of 3s today. Yes. Hopefully that answered your question. If not, let me know. Sorry. He will? You sure of it? Yeah, we got 6 best of 3s today. And we're nearing halfway.
Dude,
what?
Sucking at something is the first
What?
step towards being sort of good at
Red
something.
John.
I bet that I will just give you bits.
I
win.
You do win. Thank you so very much for the 100 bits and the continued support to the channel. That's really nice of you. Thanks so much. Let's get into it. Don't forget to get your Twitch gambles in with your free channel points. Left side, Mac Trackers, Johanna, Chromie, Chen, Rhaegar, Hanzo. Right side is Sven Ivan. No, Sid Ivan, right? Sid Ivan. No, I have to double check myself. 1 second. Yeah, Sid Ivan. This will be your Anduin, Orphea, Butcher, Garrosh, and Artanis. Amateur opponent, unrivaled strength, even-handed blessing, colossal totem, zealous glare. Once again, the first time, which was reduced in stacks, but you do need to complete your stacks before dying. Hanzo, Redemption, Freshest Ingredients, Chen. Butcher is going to be going into your chopped meat for the hamstring. Increased damage to mercenaries, minions, mercenaries, and monsters. And the ancestral strength for the Orphea. Groundbreaker goes out from Garrosh. Anduin, Divine Star's firing out. Butcher charges in. Time trap onto the Chen. Can he get away still? The Groundbreaker connects at the end, and no kill into the Panda Palace. He drinks up some brew. Fortification camps will be grabbed, or at least one fortification camp grabbed by Sid Ivan. Tannis working on the top lane wave. Garrosh is going to soak bottom. Going to let the towers do most of the work, maybe tanking a little bit of the minion damage. Butcher making sure he rotates down here to pick up any meat available, up to 11 of the 200. And Mac trackers have this wave being pushed up. Hanzo going to try and get more redemption stacks off of the Artanis. And the first objective will be control point A in the center of the map. Good Wrecking Ball. Johanna gets the Iron Skin. Butcher stepping into the lane. Fortification camp in hand, but will not utilize it. Chen still pushing bottom. He might get a little bit of damage onto the fort gate. Divine Star goes out. Blade Dash from the Artanis. Some Mac trackers get their double soak going up against Sid Ivan. And Shen will just quickly jump into mid lane for the regeneration globe and help out with the quick wave clear. Fortification camp for the left side still available. It looks like it's going to be started out by Chromie and a few others. Control point A is up and available. And we just cycle through A, B, and C in their relative locations. Everything pretty much scripted in that, right? Looking at Orphea, she is going to go Backbiter. A rare thirst for battle for the Garrosh at level 4 here. No Indomitable. Okay. We also have that ignore all distractions for the Hanzos. We do have Wrecking Ball, Groundbreaker into Chen. Chastise goes out from the Anduin, no piercing light stack. Blade Dash from the Artanis with the Phase Prism. But Johanna had her Iron Skin active, and that kind of just pulls Artanis in. The hamstring goes down, but Svet Ivan cannot find a kill, even though they set up a pretty good fight into Mac trackers. Deep breaths from Chromie coming through. Hanzo Redemption is fully stacked. He can still lose stacks upon death. And Garrosh, 200 or so HP. They throw the Chen, the charge in from Butcher as well, and Chen will be taken down. First blood to the side of Sid Ivan. It's the Unrelenting Pursuit, I believe. Butcher, they'll be going into the Flail Axe. They increase the hamstring length by 40%. Ruthless Onslaught. Okay, Elusive Brawler, Proper Greeting. Sin's exposed. No subdue level 4 for Johanna on Mac trackers. You also have the Shattered Armor or Sharpened Arrowheads from Hanzo as well. Big chop comes through. Orphea takes down the Hanzo for a second kill on Sid Ivan. Chen with the flying kick onto Butcher with 84 meat. He gets a couple flash shields. Or gets a flash shield to Divine Star. Wrecking Ball throws the Johanna. She was chastised. This Groundbreaker lands. Butcher will step up for that meat really quick. Up to 104. Charges onto this Chen. Phase Prism, no. Or Blade Dash, the Phase Prism missing off to the side. Rocket Glove will go out. We have our Artanis Garrosh inside the Trig Glove.
Blue team has taken control of our protector.
Redemption back to full stacks. Butcher at 118. And Orphea has bottom lane pressure onto Fort Gate. Triglove is quite low here. They get the entirety of the Fort Gate of mid lane. Freshest ingredients, once again the first time. Redemption, all of those fully stacked. Few piercing light stacks to the Anduin. Johanna, Shield Glare, Condemn, pulls Orphea back in. I thought she was out of it, but I guess there was a pixel of her body inside that Condemn that does get the pull. And a first kill to the side of Mac Trackers.
The protector to be destroyed like that.
Artanis did get some extra siege in top lane. Gate taking down one tower as well. Groundbreaker to try and create some space for Artanis to back away. Straight will kick in. Condemn pulls him back in. Leap of Fate to safety. Chromie did go into Slowing Sands level 10 as she gets, obviously, her talents early. We're going to go ahead and cycle through the other numbers. Insatiable Blade level 7 for the Butcher, which is, I believe, going to be a 25% attack speed bonus to the marked target that Butcher is currently autoing into. Music is shifting. We got 10 Talentiers faster on the left. Mac Trackers will pick up your Dragon's Arrow, Ancestral Wandering Keg, Slowing Sands, Blessed Shield. Looking to invade this camp, it'll be a little too late. Phase Prism. Swaps this. Johanna should be hit with that Chastise. Garrosh flanking, throws the Chromie over the wall, and Butcher has the Ruthless Onslaught to chase her down. Unfortunately, Garrosh will be pushed to the side. Suppression Pulse from the Artanis coming out late for any sort of denial of damage, and Garrosh just pick up his Decimate. There we go. I wanted to say Deathly Calm. Decimate level 10. Lamb to slaughter. Crushing Jaws. It is Holy Word Salvation for the Anduin. Wandering Keg is an interrupt. Blessed Shield's an interrupt. Condemn's an interrupt. You've got Dragon's Arrow interrupt. There's not a ton. That's 4 off the top of my head really quickly. Maybe Bullseye level 20 for Hanzo. All right, Holy Chad Salvation. I personally love seeing it. Dragon's Arrow. Orphea gets a Leap of Faith. Garrosh nearby, maybe looking if he needs to get that ally toss. 155 on the Butcher Meat, by the way. And Control Point B is going to be announced. I believe we're within the minute. Mac Trackers trying to chase onto this Artanis, but now Johanna thrown to the gate. She pops the Iron Skin, the Crushing Jaws, the Phase Prism swaps Johanna out of the Crushing Jaws, but Garrosh has spin to win. Butcher pushed by this Wandering Keg, and I don't know if he's really too concerned about that. He'll be thrown to the side. I think he was actually trying to pick up a bundle of meat. No, he did get it already. Okay. He's at 179. Hanzo is 3 stacks away from getting his redemption back up to full. Shen doing his best to clear up bottom lane and soak up for the allies to get to 13, but this is already Anduin on the point. Artanis is going to get the remainder of the fort gates. And Johanna picks up mid lane soak. Okay. Phase Prism swaps the Hanzo. Butcher charges in. There will be a Holy Word Salvation. Wandering Keg interrupting that Crushing Jaws coming down from the Orphea. The Slowing Sands are down on the ground. We do have a Lamb to slaughter into the Johanna. Garrosh is low. I think he tried to step up for a Bloodthirst. Johanna will be traded. Artanis taken down. Anduin may be picked off by the Chen as he pulls Butcher in with the Leap of Faith. Butcher is stacked on meat and then will be taken down. No Finland as the Orphea lives, but Mac Trackers will be able to pick up 4 kills, pull ahead by a level. They won't get objective. Death timers are kind of short here. I think they'll have around 60 or so % when everyone's back and ready to defend. And then maybe we'll see a step up into this. Scatter does not interrupt the Orphea Hearth. Okay. I gotta say, the Chen split soak is really nice here. Look at that minion deficit, 5,000. Actually, it looks like there's a bit more charge than anticipated, but still. 97% is where it will be stalled as Mac Trackers back off. Svet Ivan. Regain control, they're up to 90 as well. Chen rotating in, Wandering Keg pushing Butcher around. We do have Garrosh throwing Orphea up to the... throwing Chromie up to the side, Orphea trying to go for the Crushing Jaws combo. And Garrosh gets bursted by the Chromie. Overtime on the objective point. Johanna will try and get into this and reset that objective timer. Will be able to do so. The blade dash, the Holy Word Salvation interrupted by the Condemn. Butcher now trying to back away. He activates Lambda Slaughter. He will be taken down. Mac Trackers turning it around. 2 level advantage, 4 kill advantage. 16 to 14, the talent tier is there. Oh my god, we found the 25th Flawless Technique Enjoyer. Let's go. We love our Flawless Technique. Natural Agility to chase onto the Orpheus. Stormbow misses. And Orpheus is taken down by the Sonic Arrow. Trigla Protector has no gunner in it, but they still get the fort. Now mid lane fort will take a little bit of damage. Time trap onto 2 allies. It is going to be 30 armor with the chronic conditions. Or time troubles. Hanzo taken down by the Anduin. Suppression pulse out from the Artanis as well. Triglav backs off. That's a good Wandering Keg into Caldrago. Can Garrosh back away? He has no Indomitable, as we had mentioned, and Butcher was going to step up and try and help out, but yeah, that'll be a 12th kill to Mac Trackers. $210 on the Butcher meat. Zealous Glare will zone him back. If Flawless Technique gets this popular, you might have to start charging membership fees. When we become a more popular, like a bigger Heroes of Storm streamer, like when we get like super big and popular, we need to make like a Flawless Technique t-shirt. Anyways, let's dial it back in. We do have level 16 on the right side. So we had mentioned the Insatiable Blade, which is while facing a brand enemy, the Butcher movement speed is increased by 25%. You get the Brutal Strike as well after using Hamstring. Butcher's next 3 base attacks within 5 seconds deal an additional 50% damage. You also have that Enraged as well with a 25-second cooldown, and automatically activates when Butcher's below 50% health. And he's Enraged for 10 seconds, gaining 40% attack speed, 25 armor. Wandering Keg into the Artanis. He's kind of mashed into this corner. Leap of Faith will pull him to safety. Dragon's Arrow goes out. Chomp from Orphea. Backbiter allowing her to dash back immediately. Face Prism. There's going to be a Lambda Slaughter into your Hanzo. He gets cleansed by the Rhaegar, and now Caldrago tries to step up. It's Anduin, Artanis, Garrosh all falling. Butcher tries to charge into this Shen, but he'll be taken down by a flying kick, and now Orphea able to back away with a Shadow Waltz and Chomp into the Hanzo, but this is still Miniwave in top lane pushing in. Control point C Triglav has got to be announced pretty soon. And this is easily top lane Keep Gate taken down. Maybe the Keep, I mean, death timers are still pretty long. Average of like 15 seconds between 4 heroes. After you cast BlizzCon? Yeah, I hope so. BlizzCon is 41 days away. Surely they'll send me the email Monday. They're just getting their legal, you know. 40 days away is the perfect amount of days to hire Baja for BlizzCon. 20 talents here on the left side, though, does get picked up. Piercing Sand, Purifying Brew, Farseer's Blessing, Bullseye, and Johanna will pick up her Blinded by the Light, the Storm Shield. There's that control point C, as I had mentioned. Is it going to be enough to be able... Ooh, Crushing Jaws? No pull. Dragon's Arrow to initiate. Orphea is done with her Mind Devourer level 7. Holy Word Salvation gets interrupted because Anduin is dead. And Hanzo tries to get a small scatter into Garrosh, but won't be able to get any value. He does have, as I was mentioning, that Flawless Technique. Garrosh gets a Bloodthirst healing up. You gotta be careful because that last auto will take you down. Johanna is picked off. Lambda Slaughter onto Hanzo. Is there another cleanse from Rhaegar? There is. Slowing Sands from Chromie. She is not going to be having that unraveling for her level 18 or 20. Artanis is currently trying to get the top lane fort taken down. And Hanzo will go start this fortification camp with Shen. No one on control point C yet. Butcher charging onto Hanzo. Shen is here. Oh, yeah, you gotta be careful, Butcher. This flawless technique, bud. Dragon's Arrow to find the Artanis. Shen with the flying kick. Wandering Keg is... I was like, it's on 60 seconds. Like, they literally just popped it right here. But here, if you want to see really quickly, 663 damage from the Stormbow, 650 from the auto attack. 1,300 almost, or a little over 1,300 from just 2 hits. And for those wondering, Butcher's health is 4,751 currently. Rhaegar just chilling. No dance from the Rhaegar, but he is just chilling. Top lane fight is continuing. Face person from Artanis to connect to see the Unstoppable. That's Sakaimo Cleanse. As we have the Artanis dying midair. Bottom fort will be taken down. Chen goes to clear out top. And what is the Triglove game plan? Rocket Glove goes out. Laser line is there. And a Rocket Punch coming through as well. Butcher charges onto Hanzo. Lambda Slaughter activated immediately. Rhaegar is inside as they all jump out to help the ally, and that's Garrosh taking down. The Wonder Keg interrupts the Holy Word Salvation. Farseer's Blessing getting another splash of healing to the allies as Chromie looking to take down Anduin, and will be able to do so. This is the Orphea, the last defender, once again. Rocket Glove lands into this keep gate. Now, you could basically run past the keep and go for core, but I think they're just going to look for the other structure, and I don't blame them here. Even if they pivot into mid lane keep, it's still a great siege call. I think they can legit end, though. The damage is super available. That is a possible Finland. As Hanzo jumps over, and that is picked up by the side of Mac Trackers. They will find a map 1 victory in this third of 6 best of 3s today. GG, well played. 25-8 in kills. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stats. If you're enjoying yourself here and would like to support the channel, please do consider using your Prime Gaming. If you'd like to give subs and help us hit the sub goal a little bit faster, every little bit is appreciated. And I just want to say thank you all so very much for hanging out with me on this cozy Sunday. There's a lot of places you can be watching Here's the Storm content. Nice healing, Anduin. A lot of places you can be watching Here's the Storm content. A lot of places you can be watching content on Twitch. So thanks for choosing our great place, or our cozy corner. And thanks for supporting, thanks for being positive, and thanks for being you. We'll go ahead and get the ads out of the way and get ready for map number 2 of this series. We'll see if it's going to be another 2-0, or if Sved Ivan will be able to rally and give us a map 3, which I believe would be Blackheart's Bay. Alrighty, so we have Mac Trackers winning map 1. We'll go ahead and update our score as well. We'll let the stream catch up before we hit the add button so you all can hear the please subscribe spiel as we get ready for Haunted Mines. Alright, so the next series would be, let's see, 52 FPS versus Sid Ivan. 5th series is Uprising versus Sid Ivan, and then the 6th series of the day, which I have a gut feeling might be the closer one, is 52 FPS versus Uprising. But that is the schedule. We're just going to get our 10 players in here and get ready for map number 2. It's been a great day of games. Don't worry, nobody saw. Oh, there's already a clip on, thank you for the clip. Appreciate that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, I don't think I've heard of another tournament coming up anytime soon. Outside of obviously BlizzCon, but that's not like people can't really apply for that. That's just a legacy matchup. It would be like it'd be really really cool if at BlizzCon there's a lot of hype around the Heroes stream or whatever. Maybe Blizzard will facilitate more sponsorship money for tournaments. Because that's the one thing I've said for years now. The one thing that I've said for years is literally, like, we don't need Blizzard to run HCC again. Would it be nice? Absolutely. Would Blizzard do it? Probably not. But realistically, if Blizzard put aside $10,000 to $15,000, which I know $10,000 to $15,000 is a lot of money, but for Blizzard, that's not. If they literally put aside $10,000 to $15,000 and let us, the community, apply for chunks of that prize money so that we can run our own tournaments, that'd be amazing. Like, we've proven time and time again that the Heroes community can run tournaments and pay out people, and there's no drama or anything like that. There have been tournaments with drama in the past that happens, but that was actually more during the HCC times. Post-HCC, there really hasn't been... I don't know of a tournament outside of... There was that one LAN event in France many years ago that was really sketch. But outside of that, everything else has been really, like, on point, and I think that would be the smartest thing they could do. That'd be the best way to support the community. I mean, even then, like, if you want to take it a step further, put those tournaments on the launcher. You know, put those tournaments on the launcher as well. Give us a highlight. You know, if Ravencourt runs a Heroes Captain's Clash or whatever again, put it on the launcher. Bring more... generate more vision around these things. Like, it really wouldn't be a lot on Blizzard to do these things, in my opinion. I mean, back during CCL... 90% of the launcher stuff that you saw was basically us sending it to Blizzard and Blizzard approving it, and then they had to put it on the launcher. But we designed like Vipey designed everything. Vipey got some artwork from Blizzard, and he basically took that artwork and then polished it even further, giving it that sort of GIF animation, so you have some of the extra like visuals around with it. And then we sent that to Blizzard. Blizzard approved it, and then Blizzard put it on the launcher. That's actually how that would, like, we were doing that. Blizzard did not do much outside of give us the files and approve that and put it in the launcher, which I would have a gut feeling it's probably not hard to do.
Haunted Mines.
Welcome in, everybody. Map number 2 in our third best of 3 of the day. On the left will be Mac Trackers. Up in this best of 3 series. Right side is Sid Ivan, down, looking to take us to a map number 3. So that is a pointless ban. That is completely pointless. Chen was played in the previous map. So, anyways. I get they want to be cautious about trusting who they partner with for promoting live content. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. Crazy how that goes. Chen Johanna will be banned. Melganis and what? It might have been one of those brain fart moments, like, oh right, yeah, Chen was played, we can't. No, someone didn't read the rules. Someone didn't read the rules. We're about to have a DC of this lobby. You cannot grab Garrosh. He was played in the previous map. So we're probably going to get a DC here. Or we complete the entire draft, and then we get the DC, and then we just load the game. It'll probably be... It looks like it's going to be the latter of the two.
Zarya, ready for duty.
So they're probably saying, like, Garrosh equals Muradin or something. So we'll probably finish up the entire draft, and then we'll go from there. But Ragnaros for Haunted Mines? Oh, never mind. Okay, so they're gonna have the tournament organizer DC'd from the lobby to reset things. Okay. Oh, exactly, Red John. But also, at the same time, Blizzard is a little burned. Blizzard is a little burned from the Heroes of Storm community, because back during CCL, when Blizzard told us, Wisdom, that there was going to be the final patch and everything, we then told the organization owners, because that was sort of our communication standards, and then we told those to the organization owners. The organization owners have NDAs where they're not supposed to say any of this information. One of the organizations, actually I think it was more than one, but one specifically felt like it was their civic duty to make sure that everyone knew ahead of time that it was the final patch. Because that happened, Blizzard basically revoked any other work with us when it came to launcher and CCL promotion, because, yeah. That organization isn't around anymore. That organization, yeah. That situation happening actually ruined more work for a few of us at Wisdom, because Justin and I were still supposed to be scheduled to actually continue making Please Try This at Home videos, which we're going to continue going. We were going to basically continue making Heroes of Storm educational content, and that was actually going to be promoted on the launcher still. That was the conversation. But when 1 to 2 organizations informed all their players of the final patch, and then those players talked about it on their streams, and then Blizzard found out, Blizzard was like, oh, well, people can't keep their NDA, so we don't really want to work closely with you and communicate. Which I get it. I don't blame Blizzard. Yeah. I lost work because of that.
Haunted Mines.
Yeah. As I said also, most of the people that leaked all the information early, who thought it was they were the paragon of Heroes of Storm by doing that, they don't operate in Heroes of Storm atmosphere anymore at all. And the worst part is, one of the orgs I vehemently pushed for them to be added in, because I believe that they would do good things, and yeah. Anyways, that sadness aside, let's get into it, everybody. Here we are in map number 2 of this best of 3 series. We did have a little bit of an issue at the start. I think there's a little miscommunication on sort of the ban and pick style of this tournament, so I think that's been clarified, and we're back into it. Was that org cold? There's a reason I'm being purposefully ambiguous about it. Yeah, pretty much stinks. So we have Stitches, ETC, Cho'Gall is banned. No Cho'Gall on this one. Maybe we get an Abathur. Alright, so they can't first pick the Garrosh because it was played. So what are we going to be seeing for this first pick? Haunted Mines, Urella's up. She's got good control around the Sapper camp, which is kind of a major priority. An early Royal Thickness, Alex Straza coming through. And what do we continue with, though? Is this still going to be the Zarya Ragnaros? Or are they going to change things up? I'm not sure if that's what they were actually intending, or if it was just grabbed while we were waiting for the DC to happen in the previous lobby.
Zarya, ready for duty.
So it is. So it's not Ragnaros. It's Morales with Zarya. Okay. Is it maybe like a hammer composition? Stim hammer plus barrier is something that I could definitely see them go into. This also could be a consideration for like Juice Pirates, maybe. With the Alex Straza, she can spawn regeneration globes. Mephisto and her work really well together. It looks like it'll be Jaina. We got our Dreadlord Jaina and our Firebat Blaze in here. Tyrael with regeneration globes is not bad. Unless they plan on taking the Tyrael, I could see Mac Trackers trying to get rid of this. Looks like it'll be a Hogger. Maybe they are going to look for a Tyrael. Like, Tyrael Hammer is not bad. And then you get a solid solo lane into the Blaze like Leoric. Yeah. That could be really good. Because Tyrael Swift Retribution with the Hammer is really nice. Arthas ban. I mean, Syndragosa lockdown is really, really nice. Also, his attack speed debuff is strong as well, so I was wondering if maybe they're going to go into like some sort of like sustained damage dive and they don't want to deal with the Arthas. Like, they could pick up a Tracer, maybe Lunara, Raynor, Greymane, all available, I believe, still.
For the frozen throne!
Okay. Ragnaros and Nubarak, Lieutenant Morales, Zarya. Interesting draft. Still need more damage, though. I feel like the Ragnaros will be solo lane, and they're going to get some sort of, like, Vala for the core 4 with that Morales. It still could be Hammer as well. Alright, we got a Murky. Murky Abathur?
The wait is over.
I am so confused. What is going on with this? What is... I don't know what's going on because I can't read Russian or Serbian, so... we have a Murky. We have a Murky, so... What does that mean for us? And then what is the last pick still for, Mac Trackers? Because you have Murky, Cassia, Blaze, Jaina, Alex Straza. And... was Blaze played in map 1? I don't recall. I don't think he was played in map 1. And Murky is the insta-lobby kill, yeah. Alright, we got our organizer back in here. Are we going through the entire draft again? Or do we just go into regular pick mode? I would assume it's regular pick mode. And they just claimed their last pick. Because we don't have to go through the entire draft, but, no, Twitch Gamble closed as well already. My god. I forgot that was
Haunted mind.
going. Alright, well, we're back into the draft, everybody. We are back into the draft once again. Oh boy. Oh boy. I am quite thoroughly lost, but either way. Third time's a, yeah, third time's a charm for sure. I don't know why we're going through the entire map draft again, but here we are. So, what will be the last pick for Mac trackers? I'm thinking it's going to be Hammer, realistically.
Let's save some lives.
I think the Hammer would slot in with this decent. You've got a lot of control around the Hammer with Displacement Grenade, as well as a Nubarak with Burrow and Impale. You have Beetles to summon for a little extra siege on top of it. Yeah, I'd say it's a Hammer, but granted, Valkyrie Cassia could be annoying under the Hammer. Was it Vikings ban last time? I honestly don't remember. I don't remember the Vikings. I don't remember the third ban realistically. This draft is folded in on itself. Ragnaros, right? Okay. So we still have Blaze, Alexstrasza, Jaina. Is this Murky Cassia still? Or are we going through the entire draft again because they didn't want Murky or Cassia? Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm willing to bet it was a swapping thing for heroes. But why did they DC? Because the swapping phase wouldn't have happened until after this pick. I don't know. I don't know, man. I actually have no idea. Anyways, what do we get? Is it going to be that Sergeant Hammer, or do we go into something more sustained damage? What is going on? I'm so confused. What is actually going on? They're talking about something. I am so confused. They are disqualified. What? The tournament organizer DM'd me, as you can see behind me. I'm so confused. Because I don't read the language behind me, as you can see, so I don't know what's going on. Well, the team's messing around too much. As I said, I can't tell you because I don't speak this language. I don't speak the language that's currently all here. I leave the lobby, I guess? I don't know what's going on. So, are we just going to the last series of the day then? Because if Svet Ivan gets DC if they're kicked out of the tournament, then we just go to the final match? I will try to make final match for today. So does that mean that we're just literally... You can copy paste chat into Google. Oh, would you like me to copy and paste all of these messages one at a time to figure it out? Psh, get out of town. Get out of here with that. Just copy every message into Google Translate. I'm guessing that as well, Dings. That's my guess. I am asking Light what is going on. Okay, so are we moving to the final BO3 of the day since Svet Ivan is kicked out? Yes. Okay. So 52 FPS versus Uprising. It is going to be happening in 10 minutes. Perfect. Need to call, thanks. I don't know what that means, actually. Alright, so apparently it's gonna be starting in about 10 minutes. Do you have an idea of what was going on in the lobby? I'm gonna ask Noisen. Noisen usually knows. How often are these tournaments? Well, so there is... Oh, hey, let me just delete the gamble here really quickly. Noisen's getting us a breakdown really quickly. So there is... Heroes Lounge and NGS runs 2 to 3 times a year, like 2 to 3 seasons per. So that's more like grassroots. You have Division 1 through 5 for Heroes Lounge, Division... A through, or Nexus through, no, it's like Heroic, Nexus, A, B, and C for Nexus Gaming Series. There's no prizing on the line for those. Those are just grassroots leagues. Like a beer league is a good example of that, if that translates. These weekend tournaments, they're kind of sporadic. We've had a couple of them so far this year. We had Nations Cup at the beginning of the year. Murky Cup followed that up. Ravencourt ran a tournament that ended, or it was during the month of July. That was the Eternal Conflict Season 2. And Light is now running this tournament, which basically, I think Light was waiting for Eternal Conflict to end so they can run this tournament. Noisen is basically saying that it's unsportsmanlike conduct. So basically, and then, but MT banned him when they can't. Ah, okay. So. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. We'll get into our next series in a little bit. But yeah, there's a couple like weekend tournaments that happen pretty consistently. I haven't heard anything for the remainder of August. I believe this tournament will be concluding next weekend. Because this weekend is the group staging. Next weekend will be the single elimination brackets. So basically, they said, we want to pick Hogger. So they couldn't. So we repeated the draft, and they took the same draft and said they changed their minds. Apparently that's that. Kel!
Yes.
Congratulations on your watch streak. No, they were trolling. They were trolling. It wasn't getting disqualified because they didn't understand. They were basically trolling and stuff. So yeah, Sid Ivan is disqualified. Yo, what's up, Anya? Good to see you, bud. Hopefully y'all are doing well today. Thanks for rolling through. We're just chilling, and the next lobby is ready. So we'll slowly get our players in for this lobby. Unless this is a test lobby for something. Can you tell me, this is the standard, Garden of Terror. Classic has the word. Oh, in Russian it has no words. Okay. Okay, so I think they're trying to set up Garden Terror Classic for the next map. Yeah, Garden Terror Classic was the pick of 52 FPS. Okay. Yep. So they're just trying to get the right lobby and stuff going here. There's Garden Terror Classic. All right. So let's fix everything here as we have 52 FPS on the left side, Uprising on the right. And we'll get everyone going here. Doing well. We have 5 new foster kittens in addition. The kittens have been very sick, and kittens are oh, I'm glad to hear that. Good on you guys for taking care of some cats. I'm going to quickly run and grab myself another cup of tea. And I'm going to see if Bandit wants to go outside. I do owe you guys some Bandit pets, so I'll be right back really quickly. I am going to run some ads as well, just to get those ads out of the way since we had this massive downtime. So consider subscribing, all that good stuff. Use your Prime Gaming. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to see if Bandit wants to go outside. I'm going to get some tea, and we'll get going into the last match. Sid Ivan was the one that was DQ'd because of unsportsmanlike content. Conduct. Yeah. I actually literally just said it maybe 2 minutes ago. I actually explained the whole thing 2 minutes ago. Hey, buddy. Do you want to go outside? Yeah? Yeah, I bet you do. Alright. Let me make sure Bandit's all good. What does DQ stand for? Yes, Dairy Queen. Alright. Bandit should be getting some water. He's back inside. Thank you for your patience. Sorry for all the delays and issues and everything, everybody. As we are back into it. Alright, so... we will go by schedule. One team can't play now. We're gonna wait 2 hours? So that's it? Hey, Stark. It has been a day. We're getting delicious drama. I mean, it's really not that much drama, but all right. Alright, well... Well, kinda, sorta, not really. There was one team that basically was trolling in the draft. The tournament organizer said, alright, you are disqualified, so we'll go to the final series of the day. That series will not be happening for 2 hours, so that's that. So, the reason the prize pool is weird is because it's converted from Russian rubles, because it's 100,000 ruble, which equals 1,262 USD currently. So I think I'm just basing it off the Wikipedia conversion. But it looks like, yeah, that's that. Unfortunately, that's that. I gotta be honest, I'm ever so slightly miffed that I woke up at 5 a.m. So wait, what, Stark? What? I'm confused by that jump, but okay. Racist. I'm confused. He'll find something to do. I'm gonna go raid Covert Muffin and I'm gonna call it a day. I've been up since 3:30 in the morning. I'm good. We're gonna raid Covert Muffin and that's gonna be our stream. So y'all have a great day. That's gonna be it for me. I'm kind of bummed out. I woke up at 3:30 and we got half the maps we were supposed to get. So go raid to Covert Muffin. If you're a tier 1 sub, copy the first message. If you're tier 2 or 3, copy the second message. And I'll see you all over there. Have a great night. Have a great day. And I'll see you on Tuesday for more streaming. Later. Bye.
Have a lovely day.